What is going on, Headliner Nation? Week 15 now. Fantasy football. We're in the playoffs, Kyle, and we have a lot of questions and answers to get to tonight. How we doing, Kyle?
We're doing well because we're going to give the people what they
That's
want.
right. The people want answers, so then we're going to give them answers, opinions, suggestions, perspectives. That's what we're all here for, to try to help everybody. You know,
Information.
That's right. We're just spreading some info. That's what this is all about. Not telling anybody to do anything. We don't want people out there getting all butthurt and pointing fingers. Not to name any names, but here we go. We're gonna head into here to week 15, and me and Kyle will be here for the next hour or two, depending on what the consensus needs out there. What do the people need? That's what we're here
Or
for.
three.
We will answer as many fantasy football questions as we can here over the next hour. We'll talk some weather. We'll talk some injuries. We'll talk some strategy going in here to week 15 and what we need to do to try to bring home some fantasy championships. So we'll go into some fantasy football questions, and then we'll head into headliners after dark. We like to do that a little bit later. We'll answer some more personal type questions and just get to know the community a little bit better. But for now, all about that hashtag fantasy football life. And Kyle, we're going to start off here with just a few of them. And one name that I've seen scroll through here a lot, since the chat has opened up, is everybody wants to know about Devontae Parker and Ryan Fitzmagic. Now that Devontae Parker did travel, he's active, he's going to play, he's cleared concussion protocol. I love Devontae Parker's opportunity this week, and now that we know that he's going to play, are you overly worried that he didn't get any practice in this week or no?
I am not. It's week 15 of the football season.
Yep.
He's been practicing all season long. Same thing goes for Derrick Henry. I mean, Derrick Henry hasn't practiced at all this week. I know people are very worried about the knee. I'm going to move my camera just a little bit. There we go. People are really worried about the hamstring, not the knee. I'm sorry, the hamstring. It doesn't bother me that guys aren't practicing. It's week 15. With Henry and the Tennessee Titans, they're obviously still trying to play for something. Miami, not so much.
But Bigfoot just
But
got paid. Fantasy
he
Bigfoot
just
got
got
paid.
paid.
I
The
mean,
question for next year is who's going to be the quarterback in 2020?
it's got to be Fitzmagic. It's not going to be, but I'd like it to be because he may be low-key one of my favorite football players to watch. The dude just got that energy. I mean, there's not something about that beard that comes out from the chin strap and the crazy eyes. Yeah, I love me some Fitzmagic, but more than likely there'll be a young rookie quarterback in there next year, and we'll see who that is. But yeah, I'm right there with you. Devontae Parker, I am adding him to whatever lineups I had him in if he was on the bench. I think he has great opportunities here this week, a great matchup. We know he's there. If anything, he got a little bit worth of a week's rest. Maybe he's well rested and should be good to go because he's been absolutely killing it here so far the second half of the season. First half of the season, he was a ginormous headache. I think some of the hairs, Kyle, that I had right here to begin the year, I think Devontae Parker is the reason that those are no longer there. But that's just me.
Maybe. Or, it's just age. One of the two.
All right, calling me old. Perfect. We've only been online for 5 minutes and 53 seconds, and I'm being called old. Here's another one.
4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Oh, whatever it is. So John Trevakis, hopefully I didn't mispronounce that, John, says he's all in on Ian Thomas. Is he the only one, Kyle?
He's not. He's not, because your boy, okay, the whisperer himself, the tight end whisperer.
Oh, God.
Also all in on Ian Thomas this week.
It's a great matchup. I'm not going to say that it's not. It's a great opportunity for him, and at a position that is so weak that, I mean, heck, at this point, once you get past the top 3 or 4, it's all a crapshoot anyway, so might as well shoot for somebody that has that upside.
He has tons of upside. Let's talk about Ian Thomas here for a second, Peep. So as you're asking your tight end questions out there, okay, Ian Thomas has tons of upside this week. Incredible upside. Let me just run through some of the numbers here real quick. So he gets Seattle this week. Seattle right now over the last 4 weeks, 24.43 fantasy points per game. Last 4 weeks. That's most in the National Football League. They're outdoing the Arizona Cardinals right now, who have been one of the worst teams all season long. It's stopping the tight end. They've been worse than them over the last 4 weeks. Over the last 4 weeks, Seattle's allowed 33 receptions to tight ends, the most in the league. 44 targets, most in the league. 303 yards, second most in the league. Not only that, last week, Ian Thomas, 5 for 57, 1 touchdown, 10 targets. And on 85% of pass plays, he ran a route. So he was not being used as a blocker. He was being used as a weapon last week. I know some of you brought up fears of Ben Watson all over again. But this is different. This is different than Ben Watson by a landslide. By a landslide.
Yeah, absolutely. This one is just lining up, and like I said, after the top 3 or 4, they're all crapshoots anyway. So I mean, you gotta find that upside. Kyle, you got some questions on your side we need to get to?
Yeah, let's roll into some of these questions. Amir just throwing out a quick dono there. Appreciate you, my man. Thanks so much for your support. D Hazard the Goat wants to know running back 2 in a flex, Mostert, Drake, Odell, and TY. And I think I accidentally messed that up. Not quite a Mostert.
I mean, he's not quite, but he's pretty dang close this week. I love the matchup for Raheem Mostert, and definitely there with those options, he's going to be one of them. You said we needed a flex also?
So if you're going with Mostert as the running back 2, then we need Drake, Odell, or TY. I'm personally not playing TY at all this week. No. I'm not waiting for Monday.
It's a game time call anyway. I'm not really that interested in it. He's been out for a few weeks. Personally, the next one up, it's a gamble. I don't love it, but I'm going with Odell Beckham and just hoping for a touchdown. The backfield has been disgusting for the Arizona Cardinals as of late. All of a sudden, David Johnson decided he wanted to score a touchdown last week. I'm not in on that backfield right now. I'll take a gamble for the upside of Odell Beckham.
Big Jim Jean wants to know Wentz or Eli Manning 6-point passing touchdowns. I'm still going to go with Wentz this week.
Okay,
still going to go with Wentz.
Here's the deal. I put this on Twitter earlier in the week. So if you don't follow me and Kyle on Twitter, you see our handles right there. At FNTSY Headliners, at KRich1532. We put a bunch of stuff on Twitter. Make sure you go follow us. I put a tweet out this week about Eli Manning. Am I telling people to go start him? No, I am not recommending it. However, it would be the ultimate troll job in your league if you go out there and you start Eli Manning in the playoffs and you win. That's like bragging rights for a year. I mean, if you have the opportunity, why not? What's next, Kyle?
With that being said, I'm still going Wentz.
Oh yeah, I'm still going Wentz also. But if you want to just totally go balls out and just try to, make a splash, that's how it works with Eli.
So after that, okay, you ready for this?
Yep. Is it a long
Sumo Ninja.
What's up, Sumo? Is it a summon? You finally got it right.
I got it right. Yes.
It took you 15 weeks to get the dude's name right. Perfect.
Yes. Okay, we're done there.
Okay.
He just says, F the haters, keep up the good work. Sumo Ninja, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Amir wants to know Devin Singletary or Darius Slayton, non-PPR 10 team.
I mean, Devin Singletary, in my opinion, is probably safer. The higher upside, the ceiling is still there for Darius Slayton, but I do expect that, the Giants, they also have, Sterling Shepard, Golden Tate, no Evan Ingram, which will help out, but I mean, how much, do they have to put on the pedal to beat the Dolphins? It could be a matchup of two disgusting, offenses here this week. But Slayton's going to be that big play dependent guy. If you want to play it a little bit safer, you go Devin Singletary. If you just want to say, you know what, I'm going to go for the ceiling play, I want to go for the high upside, then Darius Slayton becomes your guy.
One thing I want to say here real quick, too. Keep in mind, we are doing content all off season long. Okay. We will really start to. When did we ramp up last year, Jake? July-ish?
No, we have done at least 7 videos a week since May 17th. I looked the other day.
Oh, whoops.
Sorry.
That was way off on my part. Anyway, just keep that in mind. If you're watching right now and you know the fantasy football season is going to be over for you really soon, whether it be this week, next week, week 17, whenever it may be, just keep in mind that since May 17th, we've been doing 7 videos a week. So don't go anywhere. Even if you just like football, we're going to be doing draft content. We're going to be doing mock drafts. We're going to be doing all sorts of stuff. But the reason I bring this up is because Darius Slayton was one of our calls this year on Deep Stash Sleepers. Okay. We're dropping that content May on. So if you're really wanting to succeed, if you're really wanting to win a fantasy football championship, make sure you tune back in early. Don't wait until like the preseason to come back. Come back earlier than that, and then you'll be way ahead of your league mates.
Yep, absolutely, 100% agree.
Max M wants to know Metcalf or DeAndre Washington. It says thank you.
If Jacobs does sit, that's 100% for me, Washington. If Jacobs plays, I have to think he's somewhat healthy enough to get a decent workload. He may not go out there and see 20, 25 touches, and DeAndre Washington may be involved. So if Jacobs plays, I'll go over there and I'll go away from Washington. But if Jacobs sits, 100%, give me Washington.
Jordan Hart needs a running back and a flex. James White, not quite a must start. Most start. Landry or OBJ.
And we can only pick one of them.
One flex, one running back.
Give me Mostert and Landry. I think Landry has a heyday against Arizona this week.
Lucas and Dow, Fitzmagic, Josh Jacobs. No, Jay Jacobs or Wentz for the super flex. Oh, okay.
So it's a
Okay.
super flex. So it was
My
Wentz,
bad.
Jacobs, and who else?
Wentz, Jacobs, and Fitzmagic for the super flex PPR.
It worries me with Jacobs.
I would probably play Fitzmagic if you're looking for upside.
Yeah, I mean, being that you can start that extra quarterback right there, you know they're going to throw the ball. They're not going to have a running game. Even their running back, Patrick Laird, is more of a pass-catching threat to them than he is running the ball. I think Fitzmagic has that high upside.
Mm-hmm. Big Dog wants to know, start 2, Hopkins, Sanders, Cooper, Kupp, Devontae Parker.
Was that Cooper Kupp or was it Amari Cooper and Cooper?
Cooper, comma,
okay.
Kupp.
Wow, see, you're throwing me off there. And how many of them do we need?
We need to start 2. Hopkins 100%, right?
100%
We're not benching
on Hopkins. Yep, 100%.
Hopkins.
And
then Sanders, Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Parker.
Is it kind of hard to go away from Emmanuel Sanders at this point? I mean, this may be one of the most creative offenses in San Francisco. I mean, he's scoring points running the ball, receiving the ball, throwing the ball now. I mean, there's all kinds of production from Emmanuel Sanders. It makes it really hard to sit him, and he finally looks healthy. I mean, I like Devontae Parker also there, but if I had to choose one, I think Sanders may be a little bit safer.
Where do you have Sanders in your rankings this week?
He's pretty high. Let me see. Hold, please, Kyle. Let me open it up and look for you. I have Emmanuel Sanders right now as wide receiver 16 on the week.
Ooh,
He is
like
high.
it.
It's a little bit spicy, just a little spicy.
I think it's that spicy.
Yeah.
Where do you have Cooper then? Do you have him right behind him?
No, I have Cooper a lot lower.
Ooh,
Because
ECR right now is coming in with Cooper at 15.
yes. Let me see here. I guess he's not too far behind. I am at 20. He's just dropped
Okay.
down a few spots. I'm just worried that he, deals with Jalen Ramsey majority of the game.
Big Dog. So we're going Hopkins and Sanders there, correct, Jake?
Correct.
Got it. Kyle McKinney. Kyle, what is going on, my man? PPR pick 2. DK, OBJ, DD, or D-Bo?
I love D.D. Westbrook now that DJ Chark is not going to play. I think he sees a lot of volume. The touchdown upside's kind of iffy, though. Debo's been playing great. I think he's maybe the safest option there. So Debo and DD may be the safest plays there out of that group. And who are the other guys, Kyle?
They were DK, OBJ, DD, or Debo.
Yeah, I mean, OBJ and DK Metcalf, more of those high-risk, high-reward type plays. If that's what you're looking for, if you have room for some risk, then I may look towards DK Metcalf a little bit over OBJ. But if you want to play it safe, DD and Debo would be the way to go.
Debo Samuel is the wide receiver 11 in half PPR since week 10.
Guy's been playing great. He's been super consistent, too.
Just listen to some of these names. Since week 10 in half PPR, Michael Thomas at number 1. Okay. And then you got DJ Moore, Jarvis Landry, Calvin Ridley, Chris Godwin, Allen Robinson, Darius Slayton, Devontae Parker, DeAndre Hopkins, Robert Woods, Debo Samuel, Cole Beasley's at 13, James Washington at 15. Who would have thought that before the season started?
Yep, I know I had somebody leave a comment on a video earlier that told me my rankings were whack because I had too many low-end names ranked too high. I was like, have you even looked at football over the past few weeks? I mean, do you even watch the game? Because it doesn't sound like it.
Literally upside down right now.
Yeah.
Also, Kyle wants to know 6-point passing touchdowns, Winston, Dak, or Tannehill. Winston has some of the highest upside in the league this week. So I've got him at 6. He's expected to play, but I've got Tannehill at 7. Both of them have tremendous upside. It depends on how crazy you want to get.
Yep, and I think Tannehill
Winston has a little bit more upside. Tannehill's a little bit safer with equal upside.
That's what I was just going to say. Never mind. Move on, Kyle.
Rolando. Thanks, Jake. What?
I just said Rolando.
Oh.
Oh.
You threw me off there.
Yeah.
Thanks, Jake, for help on Twitter. Kyle, what say you? Oh, he wants my perspective.
Yeah, because I already answered this question on Twitter probably. You know why, Kyle? I answer people on Twitter when I can.
I'm going to go find Twitter real quick.
Don't copy my answer.
I have been answering people on Twitter. Thank you very much. My Twitter's been bopping since yesterday when I called some people out. But what say you? OBJ, Metcalf, Diggs, Amendola, Aaron Rodgers, Janu Smith, Hollister. Pick one wide receiver, one flex, one super flex, one tight end. The whole lot there. So let's go with our wide receiver first. I want to say Diggs over OBJ. I'm pretty locked in on that.
I have Diggs higher than OBJ. You're not crazy.
Yeah. So Diggs over OBJ. So I'm gonna go with that at wide receiver. And then we need one flex. I will go OBJ at flex. One super flex. I don't want to play Aaron Rodgers this week, man. I don't. We'll talk about that here in a second. For a tight end, though, I will go with Smith over Hollister. And then it really depends on your settings, Rolando. If you really inflate scoring for quarterbacks, then I'll go Aaron Rodgers at super flex. But if not, I would be fine playing DK Metcalf.
I think we answered similar. I put Rodgers as a super flex, though, only because Rodgers at times, I know he's going to be severely limited. The weather is going to be disgustingly cold in Green Bay. But he's performed at times in cold weather, obviously. I mean, he's dealt with it every single year that he's played. But I just think that upside could be huge in a game in which they could be throwing all 4 quarters. It may be somewhat limited. Maybe the numbers aren't there, but they're going to continue to throw the ball.
Yeah. Let me tell you real quick on Aaron Rodgers. Just some information I came across. Pro Football Reference is where I got this from. The average combined score for teams when they play in temperatures below 10 degrees. It's supposed to be 5 degrees at kickoff in Green Bay tomorrow. That's down disgusting. On the field.
That's literally the temperature in which your testes freeze.
Yes, they freeze to the side of your leg. They get stuck. And no, anyway, sorry. Family show. Average combined score 39 points. 39 points. Okay, combined between two teams. The average combined turnovers in those games 5.6. Okay. Quarterbacks are passing for just under 2 touchdowns per game and throwing just over 1 interception per game. Those are awful numbers. Not only that, but the Bears are giving up under 15 fantasy points per game on the season, 7th fewest. And over the last 4 weeks, they're giving up under 14 fantasy points per game. Aaron Rodgers has virtually no upside whatsoever this week. No upside.
I'll let you continue.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. I mean, it's a problem. Absolutely. I think if anything, what you're counting on there is if you're relying on Aaron Rodgers, you need a busted coverage, a screen pass that goes 80 yards to really kind of give him that safety. Because I don't think that there's going to be the volume consistently throughout the game. You're going to need those big plays to really give him the big days.
Yeah, it's and that's why I can't play him, and that's why I have him so low. I know that I messed up with Breeze last week. My bad on that, but again, it's the same thing though. It's I'm taking this information that I've gathered. This information it sucks for Rodgers.
Tell him how you really feel, Kyle.
Sucks.
Hazelnut's asking about some thigh stickum. It's entirely possible.
If you just get a little bit of like olive oil or maybe some, large.
Cutting you off, Kyle.
Just put it on the inside of your thighs. So Dominic, I'm going to mess it up. Lucarelli, maybe.
I mean,
I'm sorry if I messed it up.
Close.
Made the playoffs with your help. Thank you for everything you do. Appreciate it, Dominic. Need just a little more help. PPR flex with the highest upside. David Montgomery, Deebo Samuel, John Brown, Darius Slayton. Keep killing it.
I mean, right now the highest upside's probably going to be, it's got to be between Deebo Samuel and Darius Slayton, I would think. I mean, Darius Slayton going up against the Miami Dolphins and a lack of a secondary. We saw what he could do with that last week. The problem was after the first half, it kind of vanished. But that upside is obviously there, and he was, being looked at by Eli Manning. Eli Manning, another factor in that, which Eli Manning shows up. First half Eli or second half Eli. It all depends. I mean, if it were me, I would probably take a little bit of a gamble there and go with Slayton against the Dolphins.
Excellent response.
Thank you.
Dominic, appreciate your support as well, my man. Got to scroll back up here because I just lost it. Hold on.
I just got a message in our group chat. from Anna saying that she just happened to tune in right when we were talking about 5-degree weather and what happens. Sorry about that.
Of course, I had to fact check. Joshine Heppard, pick 2 out of Devontae Parker, Tyreek Hill, Kenny G, Julio in a non-PPR league. Somebody is filthy rich with wide receivers.
I mean, like, how do you sit in the majority of those? I have Julio this week, and people want to hate on it and think it's crazy. I have Julio Jones as wide receiver 3 this week, going up against San Francisco, because in case you haven't noticed, almost the entire secondary of the San Francisco 49ers is hurt, including Richard Sherman. They are in some trouble on the defensive side of the football. There's no Calvin Ridley now, so that's going to be added touches and targets going the way of Julio Jones. So I got Julio Jones as one of those options. And who else do I have to pick from, Kyle?
Devontae Parker, Tyreek Hill, Kenny G, and Julio.
I mean, Tyreek Hill is my next highest. I have him at wide receiver 4, but what worries me a little bit, and I was going to talk about this here in a second, but I'll get into it here real quick. There's snow expected in the game against the Broncos and Chiefs. Now, it's only a 25% chance, but if it does happen, that's going to limit the potential upside of the receiving, the pass-catching options there for the Chiefs. Pay attention to that in the morning. As of right now, I'm going to say Julio and Tyreek. Watch the weather reports before kickoff, and let's see how it is then. I mean, if he does not play, Kenny Galladay would be my next choice.
My Scott Fishbowl team needs Tyreek Hill to go.
My Scott Fishbowl team needs Josh Jacobs to sit, so I can use DeAndre Washington.
Eric, 24-3-2-6-1 for flex in a standard league. Devonta Freeman, Deebo Samuel, Shepard, or F1?
Freeman, Shepard, Samuel, McLaurin.
Yep.
And we can only pick one of them?
Just one. Flex. Standard.
Son of a...
Standard. That's Deebo for me, to be quite honest.
I think it kind of has to be Deebo. I mean, there's a lot of options there, but I think Deebo Samuel maybe gives you the safer floor there out of anybody.
No, Benellis wants to know, start one flex, Kareem Hunt or Patrick Laird?
I like both this week a lot. I think Kareem Hunt against the Arizona Cardinals may be slightly better. I mean, Patrick Laird is a safe play, but the ceiling may be higher for Hunt.
Jamison Lundstrom in a standard, Hyde, DeAndre Washington, or Boston Scott?
This is the bottom of the barrel. And I mean, obviously, if Josh Jacobs sits, you go DeAndre Washington 100% of the way. If Josh Jacobs is active and for sure plays, Boston Scott becomes somewhat... I mean, this is just difficult. We know there's no Jordan Howard. Maybe they continue to ride the hot hand a little bit of Boston Scott. It's not a for sure thing, though, but that's who I would go after DeAndre Washington if Josh Jacobs plays.
Also in a second league, Scott or Peyton Barber?
Scott.
Perfect. That's what I was thinking as well. Len Lopinto.
No, I'm asking who is Scott?
Boston Scott.
Oh, Boston Scott. Okay, I thought you were talking. I thought it was a different. Oh, never mind. I thought you were talking about something different, like Scott who.
Oh boy, Boston Scott for question number 2.
I got you.
Len Lopinto, toss out a dono message retract. So I don't know what that is. Len, send your question back in so we can get that for you. Mr. Blonde 2626, Ian Doyle. Well, that's Ian Thomas for me. Talked about him a little bit already. So Ian or Doyle, Ian Thomas, and then Jacobs, Washington, D-Wash is what he said there. Mm-hmm. So Jacob, D-Wash, Perryman, Boyd. Pick one in a PPR.
Once again, if Josh Jacobs sit, and I'm feeling like a broken record tonight, if he sits, DeAndre Washington is a must start for me. So it would be Washington if Jacobs does sit. If Jacobs plays and it sounds like he's good to go, then I go back to Josh Jacobs there.
Crazy Bonka wants to know, in a half PPR, need one wide receiver out of Amari Cooper, Lockett, and OBJ.
They all have risk. All of them. Not one of them is your for sure thing. I go with Amari Cooper and hope that they can move him around to try to avoid Jalen Ramsey at times, and hopefully he can find the end zone. So I go with Amari Cooper.
Bryce Hartman wants to know Tannehill or Russell Wilson in a half PPR. Wilson hasn't been great, but I still have him above Tannehill right now. Yeah, I think Tannehill probably still does have maybe a little bit more upside potential, but it's hard for me to sit Russell Wilson any week.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of those things where I think both of them, no matter which way you decide to go, they're both decent plays this week that should, give you some fantasy production.
All My Girls Ugly is back. He says, sorry about last week, Kyle. That was autocorrect. LOL. I don't know what happened. I think he may have called me the wrong name. Maybe that was... Full PPR, Higbee or Hooper at tight end. That's Higbee for me.
Higbee.
Also, choose 3: Julio Jones, Devontae Parker, AJ Brown, Robert Woods, Darren Waller.
Okay, hang on. Let me go back to my rankings here.
So we have Julio because
Yep.
you already said that you love Julio,
Yep,
right?
correct.
So he's 1. So 2 more: Devontae Parker, AJ Brown, Robert Woods, or Darren Waller.
I'm going to go with Robert Woods. I got Robert Woods right now as wide receiver 11 this week. The volume that this guy is catching is absolutely out of this world as of late. Robert Woods is gone absolutely crazy the last month of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the Rams started to win, is when they started to feature Todd Gurley and Robert Woods. Go figure.
Better late than never. And then Devontae Parker, AJ Brown, or Darren Waller. I'm going to leave. Personally, I would leave Waller out of the equation to go Parker or Brown.
Yep. And I think Parker is the safer option there. The safer play, if you want to go boom or bust and just all or nothing, then you go AJ Brown.
There you go. Hamburger Helper wants to know, pick 2 for his running back 2 and flex. Rojo, David Johnson, Bo Scarborough, Isaiah Ford, Russell Gage, or Noah Fant.
Wow.
He had Mike Evans and Marvin Jones. F me. LOL.
Hey, you said it, so I didn't have to. Wow. That is, I mean, the one name that really hopped off the screen that I would say, okay, I don't mind that, is Russell Gage, because at least, he's going to get increased target volume with no Calvin Ridley, opposite of Julio Jones. So I think Russell Gage is a solid option. Outside of that, do I really have to pick Ronald Jones, Kyle?
Would you go with Scarborough over Ronald Jones? We know Scarborough is going to have volume. It's going to happen. They've been feeding him, averaging about 18 yards per carry. That's not happening. 18 carries per game right now.
He's going to be so touchdown dependent. He's going against one of the top run defenses in football against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
It may almost be safer to start Ronald Jones on the opposite side and hope that he can make something happen against the Lions.
I'm good with that. I agree.
I hate to say Ronald Jones. I don't know if I've recommended him to anybody all year long. It took 15 weeks. I mean, I kind of have that, that taste in your mouth, like when you have something spicy for dinner and you burp it up. Like, that's what I feel like right now, having to say Ronald Jones.
That's so gross.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening. I mean, this is my life, Kyle.
Ryan Reyna, need 3 wide receivers in a full PPR. DeAndre Hopkins, check. That's number 1 right there. Allen Robinson, Emmanuel Sanders, Kenny Golladay, John Brown. Emmanuel Sanders is number 2.
And Kenny Golladay. Hotel, motel, Golladay Inn this week, Kyle.
There are 3, Ryan.
Yep.
Bridget wants to know, I lost Mike Evans. Help. 14 team, non-PPR, in the playoffs. Anthony Miller and Frigid Green Bay, or Chris Connolly. You guys are the best. Thank you. Bridget, you're the best. Thank you.
Why'd you have to whisper that?
Because I always whisper that back to people. Technically, I whisper I love you back when people say love you.
Yeah, that's what it is, but this is not the case.
I'm expanding it this week. It's the playoffs, baby.
Yeah. I mean, Chris Connolly, I think, is somewhat intriguing, being that there's no DJ Chark. Anthony Miller was the other option, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, I think everybody here should know by now I love Anthony Miller. I hopped on that bandwagon the week before he broke out there, and it's been great, but the weather conditions kind of just limit that upside a little bit this week. So I may have to go towards Chris Connolly this week with no DJ Chark.
Q-Tar wants to know, need just one. Shepard, Gage, Miller, Njoku, Conley, Rojo, Perryman.
Yeah, you're going to have to say that again because there's
just
no way.
One. We need one from Shepard, Gage, Anthony Miller, Njoku, Conley, Rojo, Perryman.
Right now, I have to say Sterling Shepard. I think going up against the Miami Dolphins, at least we know he's going to get between 6 and 10 targets, and that may be enough to put him over the edge.
My man, I Shine 101 in the house. What's going on? Sup, fellas? Need 3 out of the 4. Diggs, Dede, Sanders, and Rojo against the Lions' horrible rushing D-line. I feel like he's trying to talk us into Rojo.
I think he's trying to, but it's not going to happen. I did it once already this show. It can't happen twice. So it's really between Diggs and Sanders for me. Which Diggs do we get? Do we get the one who sees wide receiver 1 type target volume, or do we get the Diggs that was with Thielen to start the season and he didn't hardly do anything? You know, there's a little bit of a question mark there. In my opinion, the safer option is going to be Emmanuel Sanders.
Did you pick 3?
Oh, I had to pick 3 of them?
3 out of the 4.
Oh.
So are we going Diggs, Dede, and Sanders?
100%. Yeah, Rojo's not making the cut there.
D. Clay, Hill, Mostert, or take a chance on Kamara?
At this point of the season, I understand the question 100% because a lot of people don't trust Alvin Kamara right now. But I'm just going to put it to you this way because we always say that, we give opinions. You don't have to listen to what we say. Think of it yourself this way. If you go into your fantasy playoffs and you bench Alvin Kamara and you play Raheem Mostert and he doesn't go off and Alvin Kamara scores you 30 on your bench, not only are you going to hate yourself, but your league mates will roast you forever for benching your first-round pick in the fantasy playoffs. I get it. It's not ideal, but at this point of the season, I got to run with my studs and hope that Alvin Kamara comes through for us.
Also, along the line, same question, Slayton or Scary T?
I love Scary Terry. I don't love Dwayne Haskins. So that's a problem. So I'm going to say Slayton's probably the safer option, even though I think Terry McLaurin. Man, this is tough because I really like Terry McLaurin. He's just so up and down and inconsistent that I think Darius Slayton may just be a little bit safer.
Eric, 24, 32, 61.
Wow, that's a lot of numbers.
1. Laird, John Brown, Duke, Fant, Jamal Williams.
This could be a first, Kyle. Another first. Am I really going to say Patrick Laird for the first time ever?
Okay. I mean, if you want.
It's between him and Jamal Williams because I do think they rely a little bit more on the running game in Green Bay with that weather condition. But did it say whether it's full PPR or not?
Nope.
If it's PPR, Laird is the guy. If it's standard, I go back to Jamal Williams and hope for the touchdowns.
Len Lapinto wants to know Laird, Pascal, or McLaurin in the flex.
In the flex.
Yeah.
So Laird, McLaurin, and who was the other one? Hilton or Pascal?
Laird, Pascal, or McLaurin in the flex.
I think Laird is still the safer option there. I mean, we don't know for sure whether T.Y. Hilton plays or not this week. It's a game time decision, and it's a Monday game time decision. So you're not going to have the chance to really wait and see. So if it were me, I would just go with Laird and play it somewhat safer.
He also wants to know Hooper or Doyle in half PPR. I'm going to go with Doyle.
Jack Doyle.
Yes.
Say it right, Kyle.
My bad. Playoff time, full PPR flex. This is coming in from Kyle George. Should I start Anthony Miller, Zach Pascal, or Sammy Don't ever start Sammy Watkins.
Yeah, no, not Sammy Watkins. This is the time. Who was the first option before Pascal?
Anthony Miller and Zach Pascal. He also says Kerryon Johnson and Damian Williams are on waivers.
That's not going to help you this week. I go with Pascal here. I mean, we know he's healthy. We know he's going to play. His target share may decrease if T.Y. Hilton plays, but it's a game against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans where we already know what they can do on the offensive side of the football. They may be forced to throw all 4 quarters, so give me Pascal.
Odin 2112 says, "Hey guys, I picked up Tyler Higbee, but I have Jared Cook, and it sounds like he's going to play. So what do you think?" Thanks, you guys rock. Odin, I am going with Higbee. Far too much upside to sit on the bench this week, and he's been so good the last couple of weeks.
You can't see, but I was making mouth gestures the whole time, mouthing the word Higbee in hopes that that's what you would say.
Of course it is. Justin says, "Hey guys, I have Breeze, D-Hop, Saquon, Waller, Adams, Godwin, Eckler as starters. Have Njoku, Mack, Winston, Fantasy Football Bigfoot, Washington, Slayton, Ian Thomas on the bench. Should I switch? Got to catch my opponent who has Lamar and Ingram. I am 100% playing Ian Thomas over Darren Waller if you're looking for upside this week."
But outside of that, hashtag rich kid problems because you're stacked everywhere else.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
So we're leaving it as is then?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, everything else it's too hard to sit any of those other names this week.
Splims wants to know, do I go OBJ or Robinson at the flex this week?
Right now, I have Robinson ranked higher, but it's a little bit of a risk with the weather concerns. But I guess you could say that it's a risk every week with OBJ also. Right now, I have Robinson ranked higher still. Odell Beckham more of the high risk, high reward upside if you're willing to take a little bit of a gamble.
Whew. Oh boy, we've got tons of questions rolling in, so we're going to roll just a little bit quicker here.
Okay.
Eric Everett says this one's for the championship. Start 2 running backs one wide receiver, and a flex.
Wow.
We've got James White, Miles Sanders, Christian Kirk, Kareem Hunt, Raheem Mostert, Golden Tate, Slayton, Singletary, Connor. Thanks as always.
Wow.
So 2 running backs. So for the running backs, White, Sanders, Mostert, Singletary, Connor. We need 2 of those.
I mean, Mostert's going to be one, or Mostert, however you want to say it. It's going to be one of them for me. He's going to be my one for sure. And wasn't Kareem Hunt on there also?
Yes.
Kareem Hunt may be my next safest option there. In my opinion, the volume isn't there, but the touchdown upside's been there late. So, I mean, it sounds disgusting, and I want to say James Conner, but we have to pick a flex also, right?
Yes.
So flex, I'm going to end up going with James Conner there and hope that he's healthy enough to make a difference.
And then 1 wide receiver, Tate, Slayton, or Kirk.
Being that Kirk was limited majority of the week, even though they're going to have to throw a lot in this game, I have a feeling I take the high upside of Slayton there.
Unknown wants to know pick 2 in a 1-point PPR. Kirk, Kupp, Sanders, or Shepard. Definitely Sanders.
And Kupp would be the other one.
Kupp would be the other one. Jeff Edwards, pick 2 flex non-PPR. James White, he's out the door because it's non-PPR. Darius Slayton, Christian Kirk, Stephon Diggs, Tyler Lockett.
And we can only pick how many?
2.
I am not a huge fan of Tyler Lockett this week. But in this case, I don't know if I'd want to put Slayton over him. I mean, I think it's still somewhat of a gamble either way. If it's me being a standard league, give me Lockett and Diggs.
Jake, we have 800 people watching. How many likes do we need to let it flow?
5?
Well,
there's 800 now, but there's probably been some that have been here and left, and they probably didn't hit the like button, so shame on them. So, yeah, 500 is probably going to be where we need to be for me to put on the child size helmet, but we're only at 184, so
you heard it, people. We're going to let it flow at 800 likes. At 500 likes.
That's right.
Mark Sung says, made it to the playoffs in 2 leagues thanks to you guys. Half PPR, 1 running back and 1 flex, please. Connor, AP, Jamal Williams, Deontay Johnson, and Ian Thomas.
Well, Connor's going to be one out of that group as long as he's good to go. Adrian Peterson has a horrible matchup, but he's going to see volume because there's no Darius Geis. And who else was there?
Deontay Johnson, Ian Thomas, and Jamal Williams. If you're chasing points, I'm okay flexing Ian Thomas.
But you have to know going in that it's not a for sure thing that you're risking it right there.
Yeah.
The safer play, I think, is still Adrian Peterson.
Is Adrian Peterson. 100% agree with that. Derek wants to know 2 wide receivers, Kupp, Sutton, or A-Rob. Oh, no, excuse me. 2 wide receivers, Kupp, Sutton, A-Rob, or F1.
Kupp, Sutton, A-Rob. Man, A-Rob and Sutton both have winter weather to deal with, and that's the part that kind of worries me right there. Kupp will be one of them. The other one, as of right now, I have Allen Robinson as my next highest rank there.
1 running back, Sanders, Connor, Washington, Freeman. It's Washington if
Jacobs sits.
If Jacobs is out.
Yep.
If Jacobs is in, Freeman, Connor, Sanders. Connor?
Yes.
Okay.
I hate to. I'm worried about it because it's his first game back, and the last thing you want him to do is re-aggravate something early. But I mean, if you're going all out here, that would be the play.
DeAndre Payton says, "Fresh or that buy."
Fresh, always fresh.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know either.
Trying to keep it going. Thanks, my good fellas. Like DeMont, but starting Henry and Kamara as my running backs. Pick 3. A-Rob. A-Rob, Bobby Trees.
Bobby Trees. That's Robert Woods. I love it. Hang on, I got to write it down.
That's so funny.
Bobby Trees.
Oh, man, DeAndre, that's hilarious. That's the first time I've seen somebody say that before. That cracked me up.
Bobby Trees. That is epic. That is going into the vocabulary as we speak.
Oh, man. Okay, so Bobby Trees, A-Rob, Christian Kirk, Keenan Allen, Westbrook, Anthony Miller, or DeMont in my flex. We need to pick 3 of those guys.
Okay, well, Bobby Trees is going to be one of them.
Is one.
That's going to be Keenan Allen's going to be.
Keenan Allen is 2.
Yep.
So then Anthony Miller, Westbrook, or A-Rob?
A-Rob, if you want to chase points and try to make it up. If you want to play the safe play, it's D.D. Westbrook.
Oh man, Bobby Trees killed me.
That's awesome.
Melvin Aponte, Kenyon Drake, Miles Sanders, OBJ, Darius Slayton. Start one wide receiver and one flex.
The way I have it ranked still as of right now, I don't know if I could put Slayton that high. I have OBJ and Miles Sanders now as my two options.
Lalo Online just tossed out a dono. Thank you, Lalo, for that. Appreciate your support. Mark Song, me again for a standard league. I just need one running back slot. Michelle, Hunt, White, or it says Brenda, but I'm sure it's Breda. Thanks again for all your hard work. Appreciate it, Mark. Thank you. So we're picking just one running back.
Kareem Hunt out of that pick, out of those options right there.
Rolando's back. He says, thank you both. No upside to frozen testes.
I mean, it happens. I mean, it is what it is.
Gotta be careful. Blair Webb, Monster or Washington or Singletary. Okay. The question was worded weird. So Mostert, Washington, Singletary.
Right now, it'll be Mostert. If Josh Jacobs sits, it'll be Washington.
And then Odell or Gallup.
Gallup, 100% Gallup.
It says Odell or Gallup or one of the 49ers. So you would start Sanders over Odell or Gallup, correct?
Hang on. I think Sanders is one spot behind Gallup. Let me double check though. I have Michael Gallup as my wide receiver 15. Emmanuel Sanders is my wide receiver 16.
Okay. So you would go Gallup over Sanders then?
Yes.
Okay. Hologram Nunchuck. Go with Tannehill, Brown stack or plug in Robert Woods over AJ. So I'm playing Robert Woods over AJ Brown.
Agreed.
He says that he needs upside though. And happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, Hologram. Still Robert Woods, especially if it's PPR. I still think I go Robert Woods.
Yeah, absolutely. The amount of volume he's getting is ridiculous as of late.
Frank wants to know, have all players this season that have gotten a new contract deliver a dud the next game, i.e. Waller, Griffin, and Doyle? Fantasy Bigfoot just signed a new contract, him or Shepard, and a full PPR for the flex.
I mean, I get it.
Parker.
I get it. I understand where you think that, hey, they got paid, they're going to take it off, but I don't see that this week in a great matchup. For Devontae Parker, I still have Parker slightly higher this week.
Devontae Parker's taken the last 4 seasons off. I think he can play the rest.
Yeah, he's got time. He's got time.
Shane Vaness wants to know: pick one in a full PPR. Breida, Singletary, Beasley, Slayton, Gage, Mikey Williams.
And you said it was a full PPR.
Full PPR.
For me, it's between Singletary and Beasley. Couple of bills there. I think the safer play is going to be Singletary if you want to gamble a little bit and hopefully he can find the end zone. I believe, if I remember right, Cole Beasley has something crazy like 6 touchdowns in his last 8 games. I mean, the Beasles has become a red zone threat, which is absolutely ridiculous to think about. So he's a little bit more of a gamble. Devin Singletary is a little bit safer.
Kalafa Kingston, what's up, Jake and Kyle? What's going on, my man? Need one wide receiver, D.D. Shepard or Danny Amendola?
D.D. Shepard or Danny Amendola. With DJ Chark being ruled out now, it's going to be D.D. Westbrook for me.
Kevin Cobbs wants to know wide receiver and a flex. Lockett, Debo, Diggs, or Drake? Half PPR.
Only one?
No, wide receiver and flex.
Lockett, Debo,
Diggs, or Drake? Half PPR.
It's going to be Debo and Diggs for me.
Eduardo, pick 2. Amari Cooper, Landry, Slayton, or Kirk?
I'm going to have to go with Amari Cooper and Jarvis Landry.
Danny Martinez, start 2 wide receivers. Anthony Miller, Beasley, Westbrook. Okay, hold on here. Anthony Miller, Beasley, Westbrook, Tyrell Williams, Sanu, Perryman, Brown, OBJ, Pascal. OBJ's 1?
I think it's going to be OBJ for one of them. And the second one, as of right now, the next highest ranked I have is D.D. Westbrook with the increased targets with no Chark.
Mike Marquez, full PPR, wide receiver 2, Thielen or Miller?
Yeah, I gamble. I gamble on Thielen there.
Full PPR flex, Sanders, Hunt, AJ Brown, Hunter Henry.
I think the safest would be Kareem Hunt. Whoa. Clap if you're happy.
I have a flyback.
Sure you do. As Kyle hallucinates, I'll say that we're good. The safest option is going to be Kareem Hunt. I think if you're just wanting that safe floor, that safe play, if you want to gamble a little bit for that high upside, then maybe it's A.J. Brown. He was another option, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mr. Blonde 2626 asks why we never do defense. 49ers or Chiefs? He's feeling the Chiefs this week.
With the weather concerns, I don't mind the Chiefs at all. I mean, especially if there's some snow coming, it could be some added maybe some added turnovers from a rookie quarterback, even though Drew Lock's looked great. Why do we never do defense? Well, we put them in our waiver wire videos of possible defenses for the week, but to be completely honest, we don't get a whole lot of defense questions. When we've put out defensive videos in the past, nobody watches them, and a lot goes into these videos, a lot of research. We don't just pick random teams and just say, yeah, this is who you should do. It's not what we do with players, so it's a lot of work to put out to not have anybody watch it. We would just try to prefer to help people, the one-offs when they have questions like this.
Chaos Skywalker wants to know Montgomery, Mack, Eckler, Hunt, Peterson. Who sits? You got to sit one. Demont, Mack, Eckler, Hunt, AP, half PPR.
I sit Adrian Peterson.
Donnie Ankrum wants to know, need 2 wide receivers in a PPR. Adams, Cup, Debo, AJ Brown.
Adams, Cup,
Debo, and AJ Brown.
Adams is going to be one of them. I can't sit him at this point of the season. My next highest one is AJ Brown at 17, and Cup is at 19. So AJ Brown would be my next option.
Trevor Smith, need some help, guys. PPR wide receiver 2, Sutton, Westbrook, or Miller.
The weather concerns still worry me for Sutton, which would mean the next safest option would be Dede Westbrook. If you want to gamble and hope that the weather doesn't play a factor, that's when Courtland Sutton becomes your guy.
iShine 101 is back with another question. Singletary or DeAndre Washington or Dion Lewis if running back ones are inactive.
If they're all in, if Jacobs and Henry are inactive, which I don't think they will be, but if they are, I'd go Washington as my first choice there. Who was the very first option?
Singletary.
Singletary is my guy if the other 2 guys are active. If Henry and Jacobs are active, then I go Singletary. If Jacobs sits, then I go Washington.
Also, Superflex got my homie already, so Minshew or Josh Allen. Josh Allen for me.
Yep, give me Josh.
Matic 978, start 2. Lockett, Debo, Kirk, or Devontae Parker?
Lockett,
Debo and Parker.
Debo. I mean, Kirk's injury designation throughout the week worried me a little bit. So yeah, Debo and Devontae. Bigfoot and Debo.
Andres Mendez says Sanders, David Montgomery, DeAndre Washington, and a half PPR. Washington if Jacob sits, but if he doesn't, who are you going with?
It was Singletary, and who was the other one?
Sanders. No, not Singletary. David Montgomery or Sanders.
David Montgomery in a cold weather game could see some added volume. Miles Sanders still has to worry about Boston Scott now in the backfield. So I would probably still go David Montgomery and keep my fingers crossed that he doesn't blow like he has all year.
Jerry Medina sent a message. It's been retracted. Jerry, make sure you get that back in there. Stephen Yang, pick one. Lockett, Slayton, Williams, or Pascal? Mike Williams.
Lockett, Slayton, Williams, Pascal. I think here I go towards Mike Williams, and hopefully that he can continue to connect on the deep ball. But it's another one of those things. It's kind of a hit and miss, but it's the same for all these guys. I mean, the same thing can be said for Darius Slayton. He's kind of up and down also. Can you count on any of them? No. Mike Williams has maybe been the most consistent out of that group.
Deadly Voltage, our man is back. Need max points. 2 of 4 losses in the regular season was against the guy he is facing this week, who's also his boss.
Oh, well, that blows. That
do
sucks.
I flex OBJ, Eckler, Slayton, Singletary, Hunt, or Hunter Henry?
I think Kareem Hunt is the safest, but I don't think at this point in time I can sit Austin Eckler. I mean, we know the volume is going to be there. He can kill you on the ground and through the air. The guy had over 200 total yards last week. Yeah, I'm going Austin Eckler.
And then he also wants to know, play Henry or Kittle at tight end. I've got Kittle higher this week. Jar Jar Stinks, pick 2 in a PPR. Lockett, Adams, Debo, or Kirk?
Lockett, Adams, Debo, and Kirk. And we're picking how many?
Pick 2 in a PPR.
Adams is going to be one of them. Debo may be the next safest option, but if you want to go for the home run, go for the ceiling, then you go with Lockett there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 858 people watching right now. We only have 374 likes, though. So if you want us to let it flow and literally answer as many of your questions as fast as we possibly can, hit that like button. We need 500 likes to do it. We're at 374 right now. Jason Abreu, pick 1, bros. Lockett, Keenan Allen, or Diggs?
I'm going to go with Keenan Allen. I think he's the safest option there for you.
Ryan wants to know, in a full PPR flex, Eckler or Mostert needs as much upside as possible.
I mean, if you're looking for the crazy upside, at least we've seen it on a weekly basis multiple times from Austin Eckler. I like both options this week, but if that's what you're looking for, I go with Austin Eckler.
Noah Zink in a PPR, John Brown, Sterling Shepard, Zach Pascal, or Fuller?
Right now, Sterling Shepard would be my highest rated there.
Jamie Buck, half PPR, pick 2. Kareem Hunt, James Conner, Patrick Laird, DeAndre Washington, Dede, or Gallup. Washington if
Jacob sits.
If Jacob sits, but if not, Kareem's going to be one, right?
Yep, Kareem Hunt will be one of them.
And then Conner, Dede, or Gallup. Probably Gallup.
Gallup is probably the next safer type of option, but I have to think that if James Conner is a full go, that he's healthy enough to see a decent volume, he may be a safer floor play just due to the amount of touches he could see.
And then Jamie says Dak is the QB. Also, would you start Baker over Dak? Hard to trust Baker. No, I've got Dak higher than Baker this week.
Yep.
James Raff, Michelle, Laird, or Peterson in a PPR?
Michelle, Laird if it's a PPR.
Jerry Medina, think I have a tough one for you all. Here are my running backs: Gordon, Connor, Mostert, Hunt, DeAndre Washington, Freeman. I'm starting Gordon, pick my running back 2 and my flex and a non-PPR. Shout out from Texas. Jerry, what's going on in Texas?
Texas in the house. All right, so if he's already starting Gordon, read him off again.
Gordon, he's already starting. So then Connor, Mostert, Hunt, Washington, or Freeman. Need to pick 2.
I'm going to go with Mostert and Hunt, but if Josh Jacobs sits, then I put in Washington for Hunt.
Big Dog wants to know, starting 3, Henry, Carson, Gurley. Do I need Mostert?
No, I don't think so. I mean, Derrick Henry's going to play. They need this win. It's a division battle. He's going to play.
Here is a name that I see from the comments all the time. Coffee Fresh, half PPR, Drake, Laird, Mike Williams, AP, or someone else. Sounds like we're picking one.
The safest floor play there is going to be Patrick Laird for me. The highest ceiling is going to be Mike Williams. Just depends if you want to take that gamble or not.
20 more likes, people. 20 more likes, and we're going to let it flow. Keo wants to know, 2 flex, Ian Thomas, Laird, DeAndre Washington, Cohen, or Michelle. Washington if
Jacob sits.
Jacob sits.
I mean, this is just going to be a thing back and forth all night.
Ian Thomas for sure for me over Laird, Cohen, and Michelle. Especially if we're looking for upside.
The highest upside, yes. If you want the safer floor, then I go with Laird.
If Jacobs plays, do you do Laird and Thomas?
Probably would be the next best options.
RC Production, sup fellas, in the second round, need a win. I have Moore, Kirk, and Slayton, Thielen, and McLaurin. Do I sit Thielen? He can start 4. So Moore, Kirk, Slayton, Thielen, and McLaurin. Who is he sitting?
Man, Christian Kirk is, he's been dealing with an injury this week. Adam Thielen, his first week coming back from injury, but they've held him out so long that I don't think that they play him now unless he's 100% good to go. So I sit Kirk.
All right, Jake, we are at 500 likes. We've got 859 people ready to have those questions answered. Going to fly through these a little bit more. Jar Jar Stinks in a PPR. Still start Higbee with Kupp or go with Gesicki versus putting 2 eggs in the Rams basket? No, I'm going with Higbee over Gesicki 100%. Also, Mostert or Singletary?
Mostert.
GT2 Supra. half PPR for the flex. Lockett, Laird, or DeAndre Washington. Washington, if
Josh Jacobs sits.
not,
Laird if you want to play it safe. Lockett if you want to just close your eyes and hope for a home run.
Antonio Salas, Cup, Slayton, in sitting Diggs and John Brown. Is that a bad idea?
It's not a bad idea. I mean, you may regret Diggs if he gets one of his long 80-yard touchdowns, but it's hit and miss. It's not like it's a for sure thing.
Coffee Fresh wants to know Prater, Joey Sly, or Robbie Gould.
Man. Let's go with Prater just because I know he's kicking indoors and it's not going to be a weather issue.
All my girls ugly. Last question. I need points because I faced Lamar and Ingram this week. Full PPR. Woods, Landry, Devontae Parker down by 70 already. Robert Woods?
Robert Woods. And we only pick one of them?
Only one of them.
I have Landry actually ranked 2 spots higher than Woods right now.
Melvin Aponte, Chris Carson, Aaron Jones, or Kenyon Drake start 2. Thank you so much. That's Jones and Carson.
100%.
Ray Bot at the flex. AJ Brown, Pascal, or Thielen.
AJ Brown, Pascal, or Thielen. Right now, AJ Brown is my highest ranked.
TR, CSRT, one running back and a flex in a full PPR. Montgomery, Cooper, Laird, DeAndre Washington, McLaurin. DeAndre Washington if
Josh Jacobs sits.
If not.
How many am I picking?
One running back and one flex.
Read them
so
again.
You have to pick Montgomery, Laird, or Washington.
If it's not Washington, Montgomery will be my next option there for running back.
And then for your flex.
And the options are?
Montgomery, Cooper, Laird, Washington, McLaurin.
I take the risk on Amari Cooper, and hopefully he can find a big play.
Aiden says pick 2. Thielen, Lockett, John Brown, Slayton, or Demont. Pick 2.
I risk
is one of them.
I risk it one with Slayton, and I play it a little bit safer. Not quite of a ceiling game, but a little bit safer, and go Demont.
Jerry Medina, what you drinking, Kyle? What's your poison? Me, Crown and water. No, mine's just flavored water. No poison over here. Charlie Handsome wants to know Waller, Higbee in a full PPR. Does Hig get the volume? Absolutely, Higbee for me. Jack B, hey guys, half PPR, Higbee or Henry? Higbee over Henry. Westbrook or Kirk?
Westbrook is the safer option now.
Lindsey or Mixon?
Lindsey. Give me Philip Lindsey.
He says, thanks, fam. Appreciate it, Jack. Mike Grazi, guys, I'm perplexed. I have Ertz or Kelsey for my tight end, Barkley or Hunt for my running back. Flex, should I go with those above, or Monster or Pascal? Need all I can get. I'm going to play Ertz and Kelsey.
Yeah, I mean, well, maybe it's hard to sit Travis Kelce. I think Ertz is clearly the tight end portion because there's nobody else to catch a football in Philadelphia, so it's got to be Zach Ertz. I hate sitting Kelce. I mean, the weather could be bad. I mean, that could limit him somewhat, but I mean, Kelsey's the other option. And then we need one more.
Yes.
Out of who?
Barkley or Hunt for running back.
Hunt if you want to play it safe. If you want to just go for that upside, I don't know if you can sit Saquon Barkley at this point of the season against the Miami Dolphins. I couldn't do it. If it was my team, I go with Barkley.
So then you flex Barkley over Kelsey?
I don't want to sit Kelsey either. Just add more people to your roster. Yeah, I mean, I would have to. I can't sit Saquon Barkley this week. I just can't do it.
Dave McVicker, Prescott or Garoppolo? It's Prescott for me. Eagles, Bucks D. I'll take that Bucks D against Detroit, to be honest with you.
I know, but I mean, the Eagles got the Redskins, and Dwayne Haskins is good for at least 2, turnovers. I think, I still think I go with the Bucks.
And then, Dede or Perryman?
Dede.
And then hold on a second. I have Jimmy Garoppolo over Dak Prescott. I apologize. So it's Garoppolo over Prescott, Dave. Greg wants to know in a full PPR, need upside. Flex Jacobs, Singletary, or Thielen. Just one.
Obviously, I think I'm going to go Jacobs if he plays. If he doesn't, I gamble on Thielen.
Bola Gabriel wants to know in a full PPR, James White or Mostert?
In a full PPR?
Yep.
That gets it a lot closer, but I still think I lean slightly towards Mostert.
Ladies and gentlemen, Let It Flow is coming. Don't worry. Thielen or Cooper?
Cooper.
Bruce McBride, appreciate that dono. Aubrey, Flex, Hunt, Eckler, or Melvin Gordon?
I can't sit Austin Eckler at this point. I think Melvin Gordon was another option though too, huh?
Yeah, Hunt, Eckler, or Melvin Gordon. Playing the first seed in the playoffs this week. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for helping me get into playoffs. Aubrey, appreciate it. Who are we going with, Jake? I feel like I'm playing Melvin Gordon.
I got Melvin Gordon ranked number 12 right now. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Julio Hernandez, Doyle or Cook or Higbee at tight end. That's Higbee for me. Slay or Debo in a standard.
Slay as in Slayton?
Yeah.
I go with Debo.
Danny Martinez says start 3 running backs. Gurley, Mostert, Zeke, Carson, Mack. Zeke and Carson. So then are we going Gurley, Mostert, or Mack?
Gurley.
Chad Donan, help. Pick 2 in a full PPR. James Conner, James White, Tyler Higbee, Kareem Hunt. Pick 2 in a full PPR.
Man, I kind of want to lean towards James White and Kareem Hunt as your safer plays here. If you want to gamble a little bit more, I love Tyler Higbee a lot this week. I just don't know if he has the safety that a James White could have in a full point PPR.
Mr. J. Collins 100. Start Cook or Hooper. It is, oh boy, Hooper for me, but I just lost the question.
Cook or Hooper?
Hooper over Cook, and then A.J. Brown, Debo, Shepard, or Slayton.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, but I don't get the question because it just says Jared Cook or Hooper. Hooper for me, and then A.J. Brown, Debo, Shepard, Slayton is what it says after that. So maybe you're picking one wide receiver.
A.J. Brown would be my top rank there.
Tony Newman wants to know Mostert or Gordon in a PPR.
I got Gordon a couple spots. Actually, no, I got Mostert 1 spot ahead of Gordon at 11.
Ryan Carnes wants to know choose 2 for a half PPR. Kupp, Slayton, Debo, Mike Williams, or Cobb.
Give me Kupp and Debo.
Martin Sanchez Medina wants to know PPR flex, Singletary or Montgomery.
See, Montgomery I have at 16. Singletary I have at 19, so I have D-Mont a couple spots higher.
Deadly Voltage, Beasley, Boyd, Adams, Debo. Pick 2.
Beasley, Boyd, Adams, and Debo.
Mm-hmm.
I got Debo and Adams as my 2 highest ranked there.
Oh, boy. We have so many questions. Richie Sherman, PPR, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end.
Wow.
So 2 running backs. You have to pick Mixon, White, Singletary, or Mostert.
Mostert and Singletary for that.
2 wide receivers, Parker, Landry, A.J. Brown, or Westbrook.
Landry and A.J. Brown would be my wide receivers.
Pick a tight end, Ertz or Henry. Definitely Ertz for me. He's just throwing up a Hail Mary. Hopefully that helped you, Richie. Robbie Dre, full PPR. OBJ, A.J. Brown, or Cooper. Pick 2.
I gamble a little bit and I go with Amari Cooper and just hope that it can pays off. I mean, A.J. Brown, I technically have a couple spots higher, but I think Cooper may be slightly safer.
Luis Garcia, Murray or Mayfield. I've got Mayfield higher. And then Keenan Allen, Lockett, or Miles Sanders in the flex.
Keenan Allen, Lockett, or Miles Sanders. I go Keenan Allen.
Joel Murrow tossed out a question. That's been retracted. Make sure you get that back in, Joel. Michael Arroyo, Evans is out. I need help, boys. Pick 3, 2 wide receivers, and a flex standard league. Lockett, Mike Williams, Sterling Shepard, T.Y. Hilton. He's out. DeAndre Washington if
Josh Jacobs sits.
Perryman, Shady.
Okay, so
Washington is my flex if Jacobs is out.
Yep. And so let's say that's the case there. Now, if Jacobs does play, go through him again.
Lockett, Mike Williams, Shepard, Perryman, Shady. I'm not even mentioning T.Y. Hilton because I'm not playing him this week.
And he said he's looking for a Hail Mary. He's trying to make up some ground.
No, he just says Evans is out.
Oh, if Evans out. I mean, I take a gamble there and I go with Lockett and hopefully that he can find something here, since he hasn't been able to the last few weeks.
One more. Need another wide receiver. Williams, Shepard.
Shepard is my next highest ranked.
Okay. Jabril Holmes, full PPR flex. Hooper, Ian Thomas, Devin Singletary, or Christian Kirk. I'm still all aboard Ian Thomas this week. I'm fine for that for the big play. Devin Singletary for the safer bet.
If you want to play it safer, yeah, because of the volume.
Hologram Nunchuck in a half PPR. Safe to play Higbee and Woods or pivot to Jared Cook. I'm going Higbee and Woods.
100%.
Joel Murrow, he got his question back in. Landry or DJ Moore in a full PPR for the flex.
Landry, I have a few. You say it was PPR or not?
Yes.
Then I go with DJ Moore. I got him a wide receiver 6 in PPR.
Jacob Batson in a half PPR, Mixon or Jacobs in the flex?
I mean, this is going to kind of depend with Josh Jacobs. If he plays, it may answer it for you. If he plays, I go Jacobs. Otherwise, you're stuck there with Mixon.
And then OBJ or Slayton?
I have OBJ still ranked higher than Slayton.
Ladies and gentlemen, I promise Let It Flow is coming. Don't worry, it's going to be here in just a minute. So many questions tonight. Jerry Medina wants to know Waller or Higbee. I've got Higbee higher. Terminal time. Debo, Lockett, Mixon, or Mostert in a PPR. He says put them in order.
Okay, read them again if I'm putting them in order.
Debo, Lockett, Mixon, Mostert.
Mostert, Debo, Lockett, Slayton.
No, Mixon.
Sorry, Mixon's at the end. Sorry.
Izzy E. Woods, Mostert, DeAndre Washington, one running back, one flex. DeAndre Washington if
Josh Jacobs sits.
And then Woods.
Yes, absolutely.
Mostert if Washington or what Mostert if
Jacobs
or
plays.
we play Mostert over Washington no matter what.
No, not no matter what. If Jacobs sits, then we'll go with Washington.
Cameron Noto wants to know in a full PPR, Laird or Mixon?
Laird is safer by far.
The CV gun 1, 2, 3. Garoppolo or Wilson? I got Wilson higher. Curtis Tyner just tossed out a dono. Appreciate that, Curtis. Thank you so much. M. Paisley 88 in a standard league. Has Hopkins, Cook, Kamara in the lineup. Needs a wide receiver 2 and a flex. DeAndre Washington is a must if Jacobs out, I assume. Yes. So then a wide receiver 2. Diggs or Cup?
Cup is a little bit safer, but personally, if it's me, I gamble and go Diggs.
And then for the flex, if Jacobs ends up playing, Diggs.
We already said Diggs was one of them.
Okay, then Cup.
Yep, then Cup.
Okay.
Yep.
Mike Grazi, thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. Thanks so much, Mike. Jason Abreu wants to know Higbee or Cooks. I'm going with Higbee.
Yep.
If he means Brandon Cooks, even if it's Jared Cook, I'm going that way. James Raft, Tyler Higbee, or AJ Brown in the PPR. I'm going AJ Brown then.
Yep, so would I.
All right, let's let it flow.
All right, here we go. Let me get my questions up here.
Whew. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to roll. We're going to be letting this thing flow here for the next, 15, 20 minutes.
Wow. I'll give it all I got, Kyle. The season's coming to an end. A lot of people need some questions answered, and I'm going to do the best I can. My helmet's crooked. My head is growing. Okay, you ready, Kyle?
Yep. Let's let this thing flow. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got a question between Higbee or I think it said Jonnu Smith. I'm still going with Higbee. Wentz or Minshew. Give me the mustache. Give me Minshew. For flex, Hunter, Singletary, or Ian Thomas. Singletary safer. You want to go for a little bit of a gamble, then you go Ian Thomas. Parker, A.J. Brown, or Sutton. Right now, I have A.J. Brown ranked highest. Keenan Allen, Devontae Parker, Amari Cooper. I can start 2 out of the 3. I'm going to sit Cooper, play it a little bit safer with Parker and Allen. We have Miles Sanders or Cole Beasley in the flex. It is a PPR league, so we're going to go with Cole Beasley. Half PPR, Devontae, Bigfoot Parker, James Conner, A.J. Brown, Devontae Freeman, or Tyler Boyd. I can only pick one of these. Holy crap. As of right now, my highest ranked one would have to be James Conner. We have, people are using a bunch of caps and messing me up. We got Njoku or Hollister in a half-point PPR. I take the gamble. I take the risk. Go with Njoku over the Arizona Cardinals. Mike Gesicki or Dallas Goedert. Give me Goddard. There's no one else besides Ertz and Goddard to catch a football in Philadelphia at this point. Brissett or Fitzpatrick. Give me Fitzmagic this week. What about Kupp or Parker? Right now, I have Cooper Kupp ranked a couple spots higher, but I do like Devontae Parker also. One guy just said Hooper. No question. Just wanted to throw out the name Hooper. We have Amari Cooper, Jarvis Landry, and Allen Robinson. I can pick 2 of them. I'll go with Landry and Cooper. At least I know Cooper doesn't have to deal with bad weather. We have Goddard or Hooper. I'm still going to go with Goddard there. I think he's a little bit safer. McLaurin or A.J. Brown. Give me A.J. Brown. We have Seattle, New Orleans, or the San Francisco defense. Give me the Seattle defense this week going up against Carolina, and hopefully Christian McCaffrey doesn't go crazy. We have Hunt, Sanders, Singletary, Washington, pick 3 in a standard league. Thank you. No, thank you, Juan Ben. It's Washington if Kyle. Kyle's not
Josh
paying
Jacobs
attention.
is out.
It's Josh Jacobs if he's out. I tried to catch him, but he wasn't paying attention. So we're going to go with Hunt, Sanders, and Singletary there if Jacobs does play. Singletary or Ian Thomas in a flex, I'm still going to lean towards Devin Singletary this week. He's a little bit safer. Doyle or Ian Thomas, I want to listen to Kyle and say that it's Ian Thomas. Love the upside if you're looking for that huge upside. You want to play it a little bit safer, go with Jack motherfucking Doyle. We have Higbee, Sanders, or AP, full PPR as a flex position, and I'm guessing that's Miles Sanders. I don't know if it's Miles Sanders or Emmanuel Sanders. Either way, though, give me Sanders. Some of these messages keep being held for review. Quit adding so many emojis, and they won't do that. PPR, Mixon or Singletary? I'll go with Singletary. Tannehill or Dak in a full-point PPR? Give me Ryan Tannehill. PPR, Cole Beasley or Ian Thomas? Give me Beasley. Henry or Goddard? Give me Henry. Brady or Fitzpatrick? Sounds crazy, but give me Fitzmagic. Higbee or Ian Thomas? This is probably the question of the night. Highest upside, you go Ian Thomas. But me, personally, I would start Higbee. He's a little bit safer. McLaurin or A.J. Brown? Give me A.J. Brown. Julian Edelman, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, Devontae Adams. I can only choose two. Why do you have so many good options? Austin Zoll. How am I supposed to pick two out of that? Julio Jones is going to be one of them, and Julian Edelman will be the next as the safer option, but I hate sitting Devontae Adams and Tyreek Hill. You need more slots on your roster. Lockett or Connor in a PPR flex. Connor is safer, shooting for the home run. Then you go Lockett if you want to gamble. Jimmy G or Jared Goff. Give me Jimmy G. Lockett or Parker. Parker is still safer. You want to take a gamble, then that's when you go with Lockett. If Henry is hurt, Mostert or Hunt. Oh, you're talking about Derrick Henry. If that's the case, I'm going to go with Raheem. Not quite a must-start Mostert, but still a start. PPR, Freeman or Singletary? I have Singletary one spot higher as of right now. Should you sit Kamara? I really wouldn't. Personally, my team, I'm going to run with my studs here in the playoffs. Jimmy G or Goff? Still Jimmy G. Bills, Steelers, or Chiefs defense? Give me the Chiefs defense. Beckham or Laird in the flex? Laird is a lot safer, gives you the safer floor. Odell Beckham, more of a gamble if you have room to take a risk. Duke Johnson or Washington? Washington will be my start here. If Kyle's still not paying attention. We're going with Duke Johnson if Josh Jacobs plays. Quarterback starter, Josh Allen, Rivers, or Goff? Give me Josh Allen. Peterson or Matt Breida in standards? Give me Adrian Peterson. At least we know he's going to get close to 20 touches. Freeman or Laird in a full-point PPR? I still have Freeman a little bit higher. Laird may be slightly safer at this point. Charlie Horse or Stomachache from iShine 101? I'm not a fan of either, but if I had to choose one, give me Charlie Horse. It gives me a reason to be rubbed down. Gallup or Kirk in a standard scoring league? Give me Gallup. John Brown, Danny Amendola, or Curtis Samuel? I don't know if this is PPR. If it's full-point PPR, give me Danny Amendola. If it's not, give me Curtis Samuel. We have Galladay or A.J. Brown. Hotel, motel, Galladay in still. Freeman or Laird. And I see out of the corner of my eye that Kyle's getting a helmet, and it's making me kind of feel weird about it because he's giving me evil eyes. Michelle or Thielen in an STD flex? First of all, sorry about the STD. Otherwise, give me Thielen. Half PPR, Hunter or Cook, and Debo or Cook, safer floor. Hunter or Cook? I'm guessing that's just the tight end side of it. I'm going to go with Hunter. Debo or Kirk? Give me Debo. Pick one. Christian Kirk, Curtis Samuel, Chris Connolly. If I can only pick one, I'm going to go with Christian Kirk and keep my fingers crossed. We have Austin Eckler or Devontae Freeman. I can't sit Eckler right now. We have Bills or Tampa Bay's defense. Give me Tampa. Doyle or Hooper? You have Julio. Well, give me Jack Doyle then. Ian C is gone. Thanks, Jake. No, thank you, Ian. Wilson or Winston PPR? Gore start. Don't know what Gore start is, but if I have to pick between Wilson or Winston, I'm going to go with Wilson and hopefully play it a little bit safer. Mahomes or Tannehill in a full PPR? Unless they plan on catching passes, it doesn't matter for quarterbacks. I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes regardless. We have in a non-PPR, Hunt or Dede. Hunt still a little bit safer. Full PPR, Mostert or A.J. Brown? Right now, give me Mostert in close to 15 touches. Should I start San Francisco's defense, Debo Samuel or Sutton as a flex? I don't hate starting their defense, even though there's not a lot of options left. It really depends what other options you have, and then give me Debo Samuel for the safer plate in the flex. We have a lot. Holy crap, it's flying so fast. Higbee or Hooper? Give me Higbee. Henry or Austin Eckler? I'm going with Derrick Henry as long as he's going to play, which it sounds like he will. Beasley or Perryman in a full PPR? Give me Beasley. Non-PPR, Hunt or Dede? Still give me Hunt. Higher upside, Doyle, Hunter, or Higbee? This one, it's going to be Higbee. Half PPR, Kupp, Singletary, A.J. Brown, or Laird. I don't know how many I can pick, so I'm going to go with Cooper Kupp and keep my fingers crossed. If you need another one, my next option, A.J. Brown. Eckler, Kamara, Hunt. I can only start 2. Man, another person with rich kid problems. I try to start all 3 of them if I can. If I don't, I sit Eckler, I guess. We have Devontae Freeman, Mostert, or Gordon in a half-point PPR. I got Gordon one spot behind Mostert, but it really depends. I don't know if you need just 1 or 2. I go Mostert, Gordon, Freeman in that order. Ryan Goff or the mustache in a 2 QB league. I'm going to go with Goff still there. Brown, Debo, Hilton, Pascal, half PPR, pick 2. Appreciate it, boss. No, Yi Woo, you're the boss. So we got Brown, Debo, Hilton, or Pascal. If I can pick 2, give me Pascal and Debo. At least I know they're going to play. We have the Bears, Rams, or Kansas City's defense. I'm going to stick with the Kansas City defense this week. Higbee or Waller, give me Higbee. Odell or Singletary in your flex PPR. Singletary safer. If you want to gamble, go Odell. Quick, Kyle, you're in.
It's time. Robert Woods or Emmanuel Sanders, Robert Woods, Odell or Singletary, or Odell. Pick 2.5 PPR. White, Eckler, Freeman, Mostert. If I'm picking 2.5 PPR, it's going to be Eckler and Mostert. Connor, Beasley, Tate, Shepard in the flex. I'm going to go ahead and go with Beasley. Probably is safer if it's a PPR, but going to go with Shepard there. Goddard or Higbee, Higbee or Hooper, Higbee. Demont or Mack. It's close. I'm still going to go with Mack there. Allen or Baker, going to go with Allen. PPR, Lockett, Singletary, or Laird. Pick 1, Singletary. Non-PPR flex, DeAndre Washington, Sony Michel, or Hunter Henry. Cheers, guys. I'm going to go with Washington if
Jacob sits.
Almost got you there. If not, then I'll go with Hunter Henry. Slayton or DD, Slayton. Tannehill or Wilson, going to go with Wilson there. Cook, Kamara, or Eckler. If I only have to pick 1, Cook 100%. Full PPR, Mack, Drake, Laird, John Brown, Mike Williams, Jamal Williams, 2 running backs in a flex. Holy crap. Gonna go with Laird, Mike Williams, and Mack there. Lockett or Slayton. I'll still go with Slayton. Both of them have ups and downs. Parker or Debo. I'm going to go with Parker. Shepard or Slayton. I'm going to go with Shepard in a full PPR. How y'all feel about Montgomery this week? About the same as every other week. Woods, Gallup, John Brown, Slayton in a PPR. I got to pick 2. Woods for sure. Gallup will be my other one. QB starter, Josh Allen, Rivers, or Goff. Allen 100%. Fournette, Eckler, Henry, Gordon. Pick 3. Oh my gosh. Fournette, Henry, and then Gordon. Scroll down a little bit more. Vikings or Tampa. I'll go with the Vikes there. QB starter, Josh Allen, Rivers, or Goff. Allen, Odell, or DD, Odell. Half PPR. Golden Tate, Marcus Johnson is Golden Tate. Emmanuel Sanders or Debo, Emmanuel. Cortland Sutton or Julio Jones, Julio Jones. Half PPR. Golden Tate or Marcus Johnson. I already answered it. Oakland last home game impact. I already talked about it. I think their defense is going to play pretty well. That's why I don't have Minshew towards my top there. Kyler Murray or Fitzmagic. Lockett or Brown. Oakland, already answered that one too. Mostert over Breida. Parker or A.J. Brown. Parker. QB starter, already got that one as well. Ian Thomas, Darren Waller, Dallas Goedert. Ian Thomas. 1 flex in a PPR. Ronald Jones or Dallas Goedert. I'll go with Goddard. Gallup, Diggs, Kupp, and half PPR. Need 2. I'm going to go with Diggs and Gallup. OBJ or Mostert. If you need to be safe, Mostert's going to get a nice little bit of volume, but if you want some upside, go with OBJ there. Jacob Hollister or Hooper, it's Hooper. Pick 2, Sutton, Fuller, Diggs, or Slayton in a standard. Then I'm going to go with Slayton and Diggs. Sutton or Cook, or Kirk. Sutton or Kirk. I'm going to go with Sutton. Lockett or Brown. Brown for that upside. Higbee or Big Fat Wallet PPR. Higbee. Fitz or Murray in a 6-point TD. It's Fitz. Henry, Eckler, Kamara. Start 2. Henry and Eckler for me. Henry and Kamara for me. Cooper Kupp or Kenyon Drake? Cooper Kupp. Which 3 should I start? Tyreek Hill, Tyler Lockett, Emmanuel Sanders, A.J. Brown, Darius Slayton. I'm starting Hill. I'm starting Sanders. I'm starting A.J. Brown. Thomas or Henry? Thomas. Eckler, Freeman, Lockett, or Mack? I'm only picking 1 there. Eckler. Sony or Hyde? I'll go with Hyde. I just don't trust Sony at all right now. Pick 1, Ian Thomas, Barber, Scott, Ian Thomas, Freeman or Thielen. Thielen worries me so much. I'll go with Freeman just to make sure I get some work there. Devontae Adams or Gallup? Devontae Adams. Danny A or Lockett? I'll still go with Lockett over Amendola. Pascal or Metcalf in a PPR? I'll go with Pascal. Full PPR, Seahawks or Eagle descent? That doesn't matter if it's a full PPR. I'll still roll with the Eagles there. James Conner or Joe Mixon? I'll run with Conner this week. Prescott or Mayfield? Prescott. To be safe, Mayfield if you need points and need some upside. Full PPR, DJ Moore or Amari, DJ Moore, Higbee or Thomas. It's Thomas for me. Rivers or Carr, Rivers. Tate, Montgomery or Perryman in a full PPR. Tate. James Conner or Joe Mixon. I'll go with Conner. Mixon's matchup sucks this week. You guys keep hating on the Steelers.
I haven't hated on the Steelers at all.
Kirk or Samuel. Gonna go with Curtis Samuel. Full PPR. Nope. Jameis Winston or Tannehill. Jameis Winston if you need that upside. If you want to try and be safe, though, go with Tannehill. Tannehill or Bad Man Rodgers. Tannehill 100%. Thanks, Jake and Kyle, for my second consecutive fantasy season advice. Absolutely, man. Tannehill, Winston, or Fitzmagic. Again, Winston and Tannehill basically have the same exact upside. Tannehill's just a little bit safer. Goff or Fitzpatrick. Higbee or Thomas. Drake or Laird. Pick two in standard. Parker, Julio, or Keenan Allen. Julio and Keenan Allen. McLaren or A.J. Brown. Pascal or Metcalf. Shepard or Higbee. I'll go with Higbee still. Peterson or Mac. Kirk or Samuel. Drake or Sutton and standard. Sutton. Half PPR James Conner or Miles Sanders. James Conner. Wilson or Breeze. Pick two in a standard. Parker, Julio, Keenan Allen. Already got that one. Eckler or Lindsey. Eckler. Laird or Drake. Laird. Ford or Chevy. That's for headliners after dark. Not right now. Drew Brees or Tannehill. Drew Brees. Sit Cooper. Cup. Straight fire. Sit Cooper for A.J. Brown. Oh, Jake.
Yes.
Okay. Hunt or Sanders? I'm going to go with Sanders. Kyle says, love you guys. Love you too, Kyle. Love you, Kyle. Jacobs, Monty, or Hyde. It's going to go Jacobs unless he sits, and it's Monty. Went 2-12. Thanks, you guys. Thank you. Prescott or Cousins. Prescott. Lockett or Montgomery. Lockett. Ronda Rousey. Nope. That's different timing here. A.J. Brown or Eckler. I'll go A.J. Brown if you need that upside. Laird. Oh, I just lost it. Laird or Singletary. Laird.
Whew. Straight fire. Oh, hang on. Oh, this looks like a difficult process.
I always feel self-confident when you do it. Everyone sticks around, and as soon as I start, people stop watching.
No, we're still at 800. We're good. We're still at 800. Only 577.
We were darn near 800 or 900 when you started.
Well, you know what? It's okay. It's just natural attrition. That was awesome. That was the longest combined flow of the season, maybe. I think. Maybe. Possibly. It's close. We don't keep track of it. But I'll let you catch your breath there a little bit, Kyle. Get a drink, because I'm sure we have other questions we need to get back to.
I don't need to catch my breath, Jake. What is this?
I think I'll bring up the question, see if I care.
Luke John wants to know Anderson Peterson, Adrian Peterson, or Matt Breida in standard.
Peterson.
Mark Malaire, half PPR running back. Pick between Mostert or Kareem Hunt.
I think Mostert has the higher ceiling. Kareem Hunt is safer if you want to play it safe.
Best two wide receivers: Landry, Gallup, or A.J. Brown.
Landry, Gallup are my two choices there, but A.J. Brown is close.
He said, please keep in mind, I'm an underdog. His opponent is playing Tannehill. He's playing Dak.
Okay, well, that's a little bit... No, if he's playing Dak, you can still stack Dak with Gallup, and then you got Landry.
We already answered the Adrian Peterson, Matt Breida question. Luke he sent it again just to make sure that we knew. Yep, we got it. Jerry wants to know in a full PPR, need two wide receivers and a flex. Slayton, Gallup, A.J. Brown, Metcalf, Mostert, and Hunt. So two wide receivers, Slayton, Gallup, Brown, or Metcalf.
Slayton. Brown's going to be one of them. And you said Brown, right? Is the another one? Or you said A.J. Brown, and who are the other ones?
Gallup was the other highest ranked one you had.
Yeah, Gallup and A.J. Brown for the wide receivers.
Okay, and then are you flexing Mostert or Hunt or one of the wide receivers you didn't name?
I will flex, if it's my team, I will flex Kareem Hunt to play it a little bit safer. If you're chasing points, then you can go after Raheem Mostert.
Rocky Road Warrior says, thanks for all the help, K&J. Need 3 standard. A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Debo, Metcalf.
I would have to go with A.J. Brown, Metcalf, and Debo as my choices.
And then pick 3 more now. Mostert, Laird, Aaron Jones, Lindsey, Eckler, Gordon. Aaron Jones, Gordon, and then Eckler over Mostert or Mostert?
that's a lot because then you also have Eckler in there too, and Lindsey, Eckler, and Mostert all there together. Also, how did you get so running back rich? Yeah, I go with Mostert and Gamble since you have so many other great options ahead of him.
Jerry wants to know in a full PPR need 2 wide receivers and a flex. Oh wait, we already did this one. Hold on.
Okay, cool.
He must have sent it twice accidentally.
I got you.
Okay. Stuart Newman wants to know Darius Slayton or Russell Gage in a full PPR.
I mean, it's a little bit closer being full PPR because I think Gage sees the volume, but me personally, I go with Slayton.
Ron L says Beasley, Shepard, Tate, or Connor in a PPR flex. Just one. Beasley, Shepard, Tate, or Connor.
Beasley, Shepard, Tate, or Connor. And we can only pick one of them?
Yep.
I gamble and I go with James Conner, and hopefully that he can find the volume.
Jackpot Jackson says, hey, love your vids. I need to play it safe. Cousins or Brady?
I don't know if either are safe.
They're both, right next to each other. So
if it's me, I'm going with Cousins, personally.
Yeah. That's the way I would probably go too. Just because, yeah. I don't know if I can play Brady right now.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be behind, and that's really where Brady has kept his numbers propped up, is when they've been behind last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So, Obelix 1127, pick 1.5 PPR, Laird, Fuller, or Justin Watson. That's the first time I've seen that name come up.
Awesome. So it was Laird, Fuller, and Justin Watson, right?
Do what?
Laird, Fuller, and Justin Watson?
Yes.
Laird is still my choice as the safest option.
A.J. Brown, Debo, or Slayton. Pick one from Mark Cleveland.
A.J. Brown, Debo, or Slayton.
PPR.
A.J. Brown is still my highest ranked out of that group.
Aiden says, I'm asking this again because I like donating with a heart. Thanks, Aiden. Thanks a ton for all the great advice in a full PPR. Thielen, Slayton, Lockett, John Brown, or David Montgomery.
And we're picking how many?
Looks like just one.
Man. It's hard to say David Montgomery when you're talking about some of those other names there. But, Thielen and Lockett, what can we really expect from them? It's so scary to start. I may take the gamble and go with Tyler Lockett and just hope and pray and cross my fingers and not watch football on Sunday.
Owen Baldridge says flex a tight end or Mike Williams, Doyle, or Higbee. I'm fine playing Higbee still.
Yeah, me too. But
there's a whole lot of playoffs that are going to rely on Tyler Higbee this week. But
I agree, but don't ever ask me to flex my tight end ever.
I'm doing it right now.
That's weird. And look at that. We just lost another 100 viewers. All right, Kyle.
All the way down to 40 viewers.
Exactly. What else we got, Kyle? Keep them coming.
You know what, Jake?
What? Is the time come?
788 people are watching right now. It's playoff time.
No, you're not.
Let's do this darn thing.
All right, well, you're not going to one-up me, Kyle, so...
Start 2, Metcalf, Woods, Jones, or Cooper. We're going to go with Woods and Jones. Standard, pick 1 out of Landry, Diggs, Robinson, A.J. Brown. Also 1 out of Adam Jones or Eckler. It's going to be Adam Jones for me. 1, or Aaron Jones. 1 out of Landry, Diggs, Robinson, A.J. Brown. I'm going to go with Landry. Half flex PPR, Damian or Anthony Miller, Eckler or Allen. I'll go with Allen still there. D.D. Westbrook or Gallup, Montgomery or Hunt. Amendola or Montgomery at a flex full PPR. I'm going to go with at a full PPR. Also go with Montgomery. Devin Singletary, Kareem Hunt. Parker or Eckler in a full PPR. I'll go with Eckler still in a full PPR. Gardner Minshew or Phillip Rivers. Gardner Minshew. James Conner or Patrick Laird in a PPR. Oh, man, that one's really, really tough. I'll go with Conner still. Justin Watson or Corey Davis. I don't want to play Corey Davis for anything, so I'll still go Justin Watson. Baker, Kyler, or Ryan. I'm going with Baker for high upside there. If you want to be safe, Ryan. Montgomery, Drake, or Gage in a PPR flex. Montgomery. Mostert or Lindsey. Mostert. Pick one in a standard. Connor, Mixon, or Mostert. It's going to be Mostert. Matt Breida, Boston Scott, or Damian Williams. Yuck. Boston Scott. Cup or Kirk? Cup. Justin Watson or Corey Davis? Justin Watson. Debo, Slayton, Pascal, or Gallup? It's going to be Gallup. Monster or Singletary, flex full PPR is going to be Monster. Eckler or Allen, already got you there. Jimmy G or Fitzmagic? Fitzmagic. Nope, Jimmy G. Mac, Singletary, or Monster? It's going to be Monster still for me. Odell, D, Singletary. Which two to start? Oh, I lost it. And I forget what it was. I'm so sorry. Patrick Mahomes or Tannehill and a standard. Patrick Mahomes, Monster or Singletary? Monster. Wilson or Winston? Wilson. Freeman or Monster? Monster. Debo, Dede or OBJ? Debo. Marlon Mack or Miles Sanders? I'll go with Marlon Mack. Debo, Slayton, Pascal, or Gallup? Gallup. Help 3 in a pick 3 in a PPR. Gordon, Chubb, Eckler, Mostert. Gordon, Chubb, and I'll go with Mostert there. Is Josh Jacobs playing? I don't know. We haven't heard yet. Game time decision, probably. Marlon Mack or Miles Sanders? Marlon Mack. Kirk or OBJ? OBJ. Freeman or Mostert? Mostert. Wentz or Cousins? Wentz. Mostert or Jones? Jones. OBJ or Diggs? Diggs. Woods or Parker? Woods. Josh Jacobs playing? I don't know again. Lockett or Shepard? Shepard. Shepard or Mike Williams? Shepard. Tate, Pascal, Peterson, Duke, Johnson, pick 3, 2. Oh, I lost it. It's gone. Montgomery or Hunt? Hunt. Lockett or Kirk? Lockett still. Watson or Winston? Watson. Kirk or OBJ? OBJ. Breeze or Dak? Breeze. Jake, go.
All right, we got Tannehill or Breeze. I hate both of them. I think the safest one right there is going to be Ryan Tannehill, but I don't hate starting Drew Brees either. Mac or Sanders? Give me Mac. He's a little bit safer. Lockett or Kirk? Lockett's a risk. Kirk a little bit safer. Mostert or Pascal on the flex? Give me Mostert. Wentz or Cousins? I'm going to go with Cousins. At least he's got receivers to catch the football. Mac or Barkley? I'm going to go with Barkley there. Singletary or Sony? Give me Singletary. Higbee or Ian Thomas? Personally, I like Higbee a little bit more than Ian Thomas. Sit Cooper for Allen Robinson. Allen Robinson has his own risks. I wouldn't necessarily do that. I'd probably go with Cooper and play it a little bit safer. Montgomery or Hunt? I'm going to go with Hunt there. I think he's the safer option. Boyd or Slayton? Slayton is a little bit safer, but I don't hate the matchup completely for Tyler Boyd. Tannehill or Winston? Give me Tannehill. Gordon or Mostert? Give me Mostert by a hair, even though I don't hate Gordon at all. I can pick 2 between Parker, Diggs, and Gallup. Give me Gallup for sure. The other one, a little bit safer. Parker. You want to gamble? Me personally, I'm going with Diggs. We have Brady or Mayfield. Give me Mayfield. You got Dak or Wilson. I like both of them. I'll go with Russell Wilson just by a hair. White or Mixon? I don't know if it's a PPR. If it's a PPR, give me White. Butler or Gould as a kicker? Give me Butker just because his name's cool. We got Debo, Dede, or OBJ. Give me Debo. We have Debo or Diggs in a PPR. I still have Diggs slightly higher. We have Sutton or Parker. Give me Parker. At least he doesn't have to worry about the weather. Hollister or Goddard at tight end. Give me Goddard. David Montgomery, Michael Gallup, Allen Robinson. I can pick 2. Give me Montgomery and Gallup there. Debo or Gallup. Give me Gallup. Dak or Tannehill. Give me Tannehill. I can pick one between Peyton Barber, I don't know if it's David Johnson or Duke Johnson, and Boston Scott. I'm not a fan of any of them really, so give me Boston Scott and keep your fingers crossed. We have Debo or Diggs. Still have Diggs higher. Odell, D. I don't know if it's Debo or just somebody named D. Singletary, which 2 do you start? Man, if that's Debo, then I go with Debo and Singletary. Fuller, Miller, Gage. Pick one in a full point PPR. Give me Gage. We have Mostert or Fournette. I'm going to go with Fournette still over Mostert. Gordon or Mostert. I got Mostert one spot higher, but I like them both. Pick one in a full PPR. Tyreek Hill, A.J. Brown, or Allen Robinson. If I can only pick one, regardless of weather, going with Tyreek Hill. Sanders, and it went away. Melvin Gordon or Mostert. Still have Mostert by one spot there. Kyle is laughing at something, but I don't know what.
Laughing at you.
Why? What did I do?
And it disappeared.
It disappeared. All right, Justin Watson or Allen Hurns. Give me Justin Watson this week. Rodgers or Goff. Give me Goff. Sit Coop. Now, we already talked about that one. Waller or Ian Thomas. I think both of them have a chance to finish inside the top 5. Give me Ian Thomas for the upside. Tannehill or Allen. Give me Tannehill. Sit Wilson for Tannehill. Now, only if you want to play it a little bit safer, but I still like the upside of Russell Wilson. Drake, Singletary, or Montgomery. I can pick only one. I got David Montgomery ranked a little bit higher here this week. Pick a flex. Eckler, Metcalf, or somebody else that I couldn't read. Either way, it's still going to be Austin Eckler. I believe it was Amari Cooper was the other option. Tannehill or Allen. Still Tannehill. Sutton or Brown for flex. I don't know which Brown. I'm guessing it's A.J. Brown. If it's A.J. Brown, then that's what I'm going to go with, A.J. Brown. Rodgers, Mayfield, or Goff. Sounds crazy, but I'm going to go with Baker Mayfield. John Brown, Christian Kirk, or Scary Terry. Give me Terry McLaurin and cross your fingers. I'm losing my voice. I can feel it. Lockett or A.J. Brown? I have A.J. Brown ranked higher still. Metcalf or Bigfoot? Give me Bigfoot. Goff or Mayfield in the full PPR? Unless they're catching passes, it still doesn't matter. Give me Baker Mayfield. Doyle or Ertz? Give me Ertz. Nobody else to catch passes. Pascal, Brown, Monty in a PPR. Don't know how many I can pick, but give me the for sure touches of David Montgomery. Doyle or Thomas? In my opinion, Jack and Doyle's a little bit safer. Higher upside goes to Thomas. Tannehill or Allen? Still Tannehill. Mack or Shepard for your flex? Shepard may be slightly safer, but give me the volume of Mack, and hopefully that he can fall into the end zone. Eckler or Mostert? I have Mostert higher, but I don't hate Eckler at all. Mixon or Thielen? Give me Thielen this week, even though I'm not too much of a fan of that. Drake or Laird? Give me Laird. We have Demont or Sanders. I got David Montgomery just a couple spots higher. A.J. Brown or Sterling Shepard? Give me A.J. Brown. Thielen or Parker? Give me Parker. Slayton or Boyd? Give me Boyd by a hair. Eckler or Mostert? Still, same thing. Got Mostert a little bit higher. Winston or Tannehill? Give me Tannehill. Sit Cooper for Allen Robinson. I've already answered your question. Quit asking it. Slayton or Gallup? Give me Gallup. Man, it's going so fast. Slayton or Laird in a full point PPR? Give me Laird. I think he's slightly safer. Allen, same question again. Sit Cooper for Allen Robinson. Pretty sure I've answered that question 14 times now. Kyle or Murray or Baker Mayfield? Give me Mayfield. Allen or Mayfield? Give me Mayfield. Shepard or Cooper? I got Cooper ranked higher. Laird, Breida, Miles Sanders, half point PPR. In my opinion, I'm going with Patrick Laird. John Brown or Scary Terry? Give me Scary Terry. Justin Watson or Ian Thomas? Ian Thomas may be slightly safer, higher upside. Give me Justin Watson. Mixon or Mostert in a full point PPR? Give me Mostert. Connor, Lockett, Allen Robinson. I can pick two. Give me James Conner and Allen Robinson for the safer play. If you want to gamble, then you throw Lockett for Robinson. OBJ, Debo or Slayton? Right now, I have Debo ranked higher than anybody there. Please, Watson or Winston? I don't sit Deshaun Watson at this point in the game. Winston or Murray? Now I go with Winston here. Rodgers or Fitzmagic? Give me Fitzmagic. Who would you start, Pascal over OBJ? No, I wouldn't. I'd still go with Odell. Waller or Higbee? Give me Higbee. Hunter Henry or Ian Thomas? Got Ian Thomas by a slight hair. Winston or Murray? Still Winston. Devonta Adams, Bigfoot, Edelman, Mostert. Pick 3 flex and 2 wide receivers. Well, you just asked me to pick 5 players and only listed 4. So give me all of them. Winston or Murray? Give me Winston. And the last one, Landry or Slayton? Actually, it says Laundry or Slayton. I'm not a huge fan of Laundry whatsoever, but in this case, give me Landry.
Do you remember when that dude commented on one of our videos and said laundry, and we were just joking around and said we hate laundry, and he flipped out?
He told me
so
how rude we were
upset.
to our subscribers for making fun of them. I'm like, listen, dude, just because you don't know the English language, it's not our fault.
Oh, that bug is back. I must have missed him earlier.
Wow. That was a lot of
I
flowing.
don't know what happened on Twitter, but I've jumped like 25 followers since we started the show.
I don't know either, but nobody's following me, so that kind of hurts my feelings.
Your plan backfired on you the other day.
Yeah, it did, apparently.
Because I crossed over 12.5 while we were live.
Well, I'm at 8.2, so I've got 4.3 to go. So if anybody out there wants to help me close the gap in Twitter followers between me or Kyle, it's right there, at FNTSY Headliners. Yeah.
If you already follow me, though, don't unfollow me to follow Jake. Don't do that.
No,
please.
don't do that. I can't advise that either.
Few more here real quick. John Behan wants to know, love the show, Diggs or Gallup and a half PPR?
I think Gallup is still safer now that we know that Thielen's playing. We don't know exactly what's going to happen with Diggs, so I think Gallup's still safer.
He says, thanks, guys. Also, what are our thoughts on Slayton? Can take it to the house at any time.
Yes.
iShine 101, Sony or Singletary in a PPR?
I'm not starting Sony over anybody. So
Singletary it is.
Yeah, Singletary it is.
Dana Clark, Thomas, Edelman, Moore, Cooper. Full PPR pick 3. Well, we're doing Thomas and Edelman, right?
Yep. And it's Moore or Cooper? I got Moore higher. Yep.
Moore. Michael Meligan wants to know, pick 2, Mac, White, AJ Brown, and Standard.
Mac, Brown, AJ White.
Mac, White, AJ Brown, Standard.
I'm going to go with AJ Brown.
2.
And Mac.
Dana Clark. Oh, we already answered that one for you, Dana. Jacob Atroba. says Philadelphia, Seattle, Indy, or Buffalo D.
Philadelphia, Indy, Seattle, or Buffalo. Give me Philadelphia.
And then he asked if we like Indy versus Carolina week 16. There's not too many defenses I'm going to start against Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I mean, try not to anyway. And plus, we haven't finished week 15 yet. We haven't even looked at anything week 16. So let's get through week 15 first.
And then John, it looks like you sent the same question over again. Gallup or Diggs, right? We answered that one.
Yeah, we already did that one.
Okay. And then we've got one from Dylan Foster. Can you see it there at the bottom? It's hidden from me.
I got nothing.
You can't see anything from Dylan Foster? Oh, there it is. Mostert, Singletary, Galladay, or DeAndre Washington if JJ sits. And a PPR flex.
People are catching on here, so that's a good thing.
Yes.
So who are the other options then?
They are Mostert, Singletary, Galladay, or DeAndre Washington if JJ sits, and a PPR flex. So definitely DeAndre Washington if JJ sits.
Yep. And then otherwise,
but if not, Mostert, Singletary, Are we gonna play Galladay over DeAndre Washington?
As much as I love the matchup for Galladay, I don't know if he's as safe as Washington if there's no Josh Jacobs. I don't hate it by any means, though.
So if Josh Jacobs is in, Galladay, Mostert, Singletary.
Personally, I go Mostert.
Joel Murrow, need a defense. Eagles, Buccaneers, or 49ers?
Eagles, Buccaneers, or 40. Give me the Bucks this week.
And then M. Paisley, 88, standard flex, Cup or Demont?
I cannot believe our lives have come to choosing between David Montgomery or Cooper Kupp. This should be a no-brainer to be Cooper Kupp. It's just not in a standard league. I think David Montgomery is slightly safer.
Mm-hmm. Jake?
Is it time for Headliners After Dark?
I think it's time for Headliners After Dark, which, if you're joining us right now, there's 736 of you watching right now. Thanks so much for tuning in. This time of the show, we're still going to answer fantasy football questions, okay? So don't take off, don't leave, hang out for a little bit, okay? But we like to switch it up a little bit. We've been answering as many fantasy football questions as we possibly can for the last 1 hour and 43 minutes now. So we want to have a little bit of fun. We want to talk with the community, chat a little bit. So feel free to ask us anything at all, okay? We've had people ask about first date advice, okay? Best pickup lines, things like that. How to succeed in your finals for you college students out there that should be studying instead of watching us, but continue to watch us because it's good for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna hang out and chat now. We're gonna hang out for a little bit again. Don't take off. We're still gonna be answering lots of fantasy football questions. We're just gonna kick back and relax a little bit now.
I mean, I'm not gonna say it because I can't, but DJ Dingo, he wins the emoji, trophy for the day. Because he called it.
See it.
I'm gonna change the words around. He says, "How do we feel about horse chicken lock of the Broncos?" You get it? Replace the word chicken with anyway. What rhymes with lock? There you go, Kyle. Now you're thinking of the Broncos to start over Josh Allen. So Drew Lock or Josh Allen?
Josh Allen.
Yes, I agree. Let's see, what else do we got here?
Divism. I might be pronouncing that incorrectly. But said, do you have an update on post-season channel content? You teased us a few weeks back. Yeah, I talked about it a little bit ago. Don't go anywhere. If you're subscribed to the channel, don't take off when fantasy football is done. And either this week, next week, week after, whatever your league is, we're going to still be doing all of our content through week 17. Probably at that point, we're going to just take a little bit of a step back. But for the playoffs, we're going to do playoff matchups. We're going to do a little bit of DFS stuff thrown in there as well. Just give you like plays of the day and things like that. So those videos will be coming out. We're definitely going to be doing draft stuff. We're going to have combine coverage. Jake and I will be in Indianapolis for the combine. So we're going to be there covering it. We're going to have that types of stuff. We're going to have mock drafts. We're going to have rookie reports. If you play in dynasty fantasy football leagues, we'll do some dynasty content over the off season. Things will start to ramp up around May when we'll start doing 7 episodes a week again. So don't go anywhere. Off-season content all off-season long. Probably do a little bit of baseball again like we did last year as well.
And here's the thing, and I'm going to add on top of what Kyle said, and this hasn't been, set in stone as of yet, but this is what I'd really like to do. And we've talked about this off air before. I want to be able to go out in the community more. I mean, me and Kyle have put together some big ideas, but these big ideas cost big money, and that's kind of where, things are going to have to take a little bit of time. We want to go out in the community. We want to go and meet the people. We want to go out and do just more things for the community that's done so much for us. I mean, I've talked about, randomly popping up at grocery stores and gas stations and asking football trivia questions. You get it right, I'll buy your gas for you. Just stuff like that to kind of go out there and give back to people and just try to be, more involved in the community. A lot of people just think that people come on here on YouTube and they're trying to get rich quick. That's not the way to do it. I'm not going to break your heart here. You're not going to get rich quick just getting, views on YouTube. Unless you're one of these people that have millions of subscribers, then yeah, you're probably pretty loaded. But for us, we're not at that stage yet, and we're trying to do whatever we can to give back what it is we do get. I mean, we've done, giveaways, autograph giveaways, merchandise giveaways, money giveaways, all kinds of stuff we've done all year. That kind of stuff is going to continue, and we're going to ramp that up in 2020. So make sure you stay tuned, because the only way you can find out about it is if you're subscribed and that little notification bell is clicked. Otherwise, you may miss out.
That notification bell, 100%. Don't forget about that. Bridget says, my buddy Michael mentioned us buying you dinner in Indy. Going to make it happen. Bridget, absolutely. We want to get some sort of a get together in Indianapolis. We might, as we get a little bit closer, maybe we'll do like a sign up or something, try to get an idea of how many people may or may not come. But yeah, we could possibly make something happen. So absolutely, 100%.
Yep, absolutely. And I want to get to this question real quick for Ryan Green. He said a PPR pick one flex. Drake, AJ Brown, Pascal, or Lockett. If we can only pick one, I'm still going with AJ Brown.
100%.
Percentage?
100.
What's our daily job? We just got that question. I know we get that question a lot, but for me, I can't tell you exactly, but I work in a data center of a financial institution. That is my full-time job. I work there in an engineering department. That is my normal, weekday job. This is not my full-time job by any means.
And I work in higher education. So I work as an associate director of enrollment management, lots of different enrollment things, recruiting, advising, registration, stuff like that. Then I also do a little bit of teaching as well. So
like I said, a lot of people think, and I see it in the comments all the time, that, oh, this is their full-time job. You guys should do this. Yeah, no, we still work 40-hour-a-week jobs, have wives and kids and after-school activities and homework and all kinds of things. This is just on the side for us.
Isaac says he just hit the curb and his rim is bent.
Isaac,
ouch.
Were you watching the phone when you did that?
He wants to know how much they cost. That's a good question. I don't know.
It depends on what kind of rims you have.
I've never had to buy rims for a vehicle before.
Do they still sell those like spinning rims at Walmart? Like the ones you just put over your hubcap? Just hide it, Isaac. Just hide it. Get one spinning rim from one Walmart and just put it over the top.
Too fast, too furious.
That's right. What about?
Got a question here real quick. Actually got a couple of them, I think.
Who has the better dad jokes between the two of us? You guys tell us. We're the ones that put funny.
Jake.
Well, we're the ones that put funny things in front of all the videos. So I mean, you guys be the judge. Who has the funnier jokes?
Ryan wants to know, in a PPR, we got to pick one flex: Drake, AJ Brown, Pascal, or Lockett. Did you already do that?
Yep, I did that one. That was AJ Brown.
Jack Soto.
Nope.
Pick one PPR from Jack: Keenan Allen, OBJ, Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, it's Keenan Allen by a hair over Emmanuel Sanders.
Brandon Blevins. Are we going to trust James Conner this week?
I don't really trust him, but it depends on what your other options are. If he plays, I have to think he's healthy enough to go out there and get the ball around 15 times at least.
Dylan Foster, Devontae Adams, or Emmanuel Sanders in a standard.
I mean, it's hard to sit Devontae Adams with the weather concerns. I understand it. Sanders may be slightly safer, but I got Adams higher.
Jackpot Jackson, Russell Gage, or Chris Connolly in a standard?
I'm going with Russell Gage.
Dominic wants to know, I'm starting Gallup, Slayton, and flexing Parker. OBJ, Cup, and Thielen are on my bench. Am I crazy? Because I feel like I'm crazy. Thanks, guys. Love you. Dominic, love you too.
Yeah. It sounds crazy. I mean, it really does. But is it crazy?
It was crazy with A.J. Brown being like the number 1 wide receiver last week. I mean, a lot of things are crazy every single week. I don't know if you can say anything is crazy at this point.
No.
I mean, no.
Did you answer it all the way?
Was I supposed to pick a certain number or just tell him if he was crazy?
No, just tell him if he was crazy.
Yeah, no, he's not crazy.
Okay. Joel Murrow needs 2 of 3. Chubb, yes. Monster, DeAndre Washington, if.
Josh Jacobs sits.
Okay, so Chubb and DeAndre Washington, if.
Jacob sits.
If not, Monster.
And Chubb.
And Chubb.
Yeah.
Jack Soto, pick one in a PPR. Keenan Allen. Jack, I think we already got that one. Keenan Allen, OBJ, and Emmanuel Sanders, right?
Yep, it was Keenan Allen with Emmanuel Sanders close.
And then hold on here. Oh, there's another one, but I can't see it. And it's not in the chat.
Well, where's it at?
Danny Martinez, do you see one from him?
I don't see anything from Danny Martinez. But going back to what Dominic's question was about, is it crazy to sit OBJ, Kupp, and Thielen? I mean, it's really hard this time of year because when everybody's talking about starting your studs, but I mean, Gallup, I love the matchup. Slayton has a great matchup going up against Miami. Odell Beckham hasn't been performing as of late. Cooper Kupp hasn't seen double-digit targets in who knows how long. Adam Thielen playing the first game back and, having a few weeks off. There's a lot of question marks all along. At least you can tell yourself that you're starting a couple guys that have, somewhat consistency. Slayton has been hit or miss depending on who his quarterback is and stuff like that. But I don't hate that whatsoever. If it was my team, personally, if I had to set this roster, Gallup would be one of my guys, and then Kupp would be my other one. But that's just me. That's just my personal preference because he has that consistency in there. They're going to have to throw the ball this week, I believe, and Cooper Kupp has been able to find the end zone for 2 straight weeks. So.
Jeremy Bridges is about to leave. Pascal or Singletary, if you can, great. Not, have a great night. Thank you.
It was Pascal or Singletary?
Yes.
I'm going to go with Singletary and give me the volume on the ground.
There you go, Jeremy. Hopefully you got that before you took off. Danny Martinez wants to know Steelers D or Eagles D?
Give me the Eagles D.
Ken Leon wants to know which 2 should I start between Dede, Odell, and Singletary?
Dede, Odell, and Singletary. Safest options are going to be Dede and Singletary. If it were me, though, I go with Singletary and OBJ.
Eric wants to know, what do we want for Christmas?
A day off.
That's perfect.
I didn't have to think about it. I mean, this is like, when you think about it, we talked about doing videos since May. A lot of people, and I get this question a lot. This wasn't asked to us, but a lot of people just think that we come in here and we
August, September,
yeah,
October,
November, December.
Yeah,
that's a lot of days. A lot of people think that, they put out a 20-minute video. That took them an hour to do. No, it took us like hours and hours to do. I mean, we don't just pump out all the stats and stuff off the top of our head. There's a lot of research that goes into this. A lot of time is spent just to give you a view into my normal day. My normal day, Monday through Friday, I wake up at 5 a.m. to go to work. I'm at work by 6 a.m. I get home from work at 5 p.m. I'll spend like an hour or so with the family, eat dinner, and then I will work on content creation and research from about 6:30, 7 o'clock up until midnight every single day. And then I'll go to bed at midnight, start the process over at 5 a.m. the next day. So it's a lot of work.
The one thing I've changed in my routine really over the last few weeks has been going to the gym, because it got to the point where I was just like, I got to have it. I got to go to the gym. I got to work out. It's getting to be too much. So.
And then Aiden had a question earlier that I don't know if we got to all of it. He said we needed to pick 2: Thielen, Lockett, Slayton, John Brown, or David Montgomery. He actually needs 2 of these people. So for me, a lot of risk there, but I take it with Tyler Lockett and Darius Slayton. And then also Eclipse asked earlier if I missed Filiberto's, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. Missed Filiberto's in Arizona.
We just got a new Mexican restaurant out by us. We're excited to try.
I mean, I'm not going to try to put down that restaurant because I've never been there. But I don't know if there's better Mexican food than Southern California, Arizona. I mean, I'm sure there's some in Texas. But, I mean, that's like the best. Out here in North Carolina, it's good. It's just not authentic enough for me.
But that's just me. I like Mexican food still.
I am excited though. I am excited. So next Friday, I'm done with work. Don't have to go back until January 6th.
That must be nice.
I'm going to sleep, relax, eat, continue to go to the gym.
Yeah, that sounds like the opposite of fun, Kyle. I'm just kidding.
Antonio wants to know how we met. Well, it's kind of an odd
On
story.
the
I was
internet?
at the store and I saw Jake peering at me through the aisle. Our eyes met, and it was like, no, I'm kidding.
No, that did not happen. Not at all. Our story is way cooler than that. We met on the internet, Kyle.
We met on the internet.
And then Kia Mokhtari has a question here. Also, Mixon or Lockett in a PPR flex. They're both gambles, so I go with Lockett. No, I
Kia
asked.
says we missed a question. We got Mixon or Lockett already, right?
Yeah, that's what I just did. Yep.
Okay. We got Keon. Nashua MBL, Cooper, Kirk, or Parker. Did we get that one?
Nope. Cooper, Kirk, or Parker.
Mm-hmm.
I think Parker may be the safer option. Cooper, if you're willing to take a gamble.
Carlos Garcia through our donation. Thanks so much. Ashley Rodriguez, 50-50 projection split. Ryan, Fitz, Matt Ryan. Oh, Ryan T, Fitz, Matt Ryan, Baker, Eli. If I'm ranking them in order, it's Ryan Tannehill, Fitzmagic, Matt Ryan. No, it's not. I'm sorry. It's Ryan T, Baker, Fitz, Matt Ryan, Eli.
Yes. What
That's
you
the
said.
order I'm going in.
That's a lot of names to try to remember.
And then Dominic wants to know, so who are you dropping for Cup? I also have Drake and Mixon on the bench to flex.
Who am I dropping for Cup? I'll drop Kenny and Drake. I will. I mean, at this point, you're not going to start him anyway, so might as well drop him. How much do we trust Josh Jacobs if he plays?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot. I mean, you kind of have to throw him out there, but I limit expectations and then I get pleasantly surprised. How about that?
That's good.
Yeah, you like that?
I like that.
You know what I think is funny? Once we go headliners after dark, Kyle gets all relaxed in his chair and like slouches down.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could do that right now. But I can't. Because my chair is fixed. Looks like you're falling asleep.
I'm not falling asleep. I am feeling it a little bit more this week than I did last week.
Yep.
I do know that.
Look at this. Here's a good question. And I'm pretty sure he's responsible for a lot of these good questions with headliners after dark. How do you make friends when you don't have any social skills?
It's Wendy's, isn't it?
It's Wendy's McNuggets, yeah.
It's Wendy's McNuggets.
Yeah, when you don't have any social skills and don't have very many connections.
Okay, well, here's the thing, Wendy's. We are friends.
Yeah, duh. Like
This
we
community-
talk to you every week.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
I'm offended. Just kidding. No.
Mikey says Kyle's a foot shorter after dark.
Basically.
I slouched all the way down. Anyway, back to Wendy's question. You know, fantasy football is the great equalizer in life. Brings so many people together.
Yeah, it is. And you don't have to have a lot of social skills. You just don't have to try too hard. If you go out there trying to be something that you're not, it's just not going to work because people are going to see through it and all of a sudden they'll write you off because you're fake. Just be who you are. And if there's not very many people that gravitate to it, that's probably an okay thing because I'd rather have 2 close friends than 20 people that I call my friend that really aren't my friend. You know what I mean? It's just not important to me. You don't have to have a whole lot of connections. I mean, everything is done online nowadays. And that really hurt a lot of people because now you don't even have to go out there and meet people and talk to people and interact with people because everything's done online. I mean, don't be afraid to go out there and physically talk to people or move to the South. Everybody talks to each other out here.
And am I your friend?
Virtual.
Jake and I have only met in person one time.
Yep. One time. Physically met Kyle once.
Brian Hill says, Kyle, you're the best. Brian, I appreciate that, man. True Legend wants me to whisper to him.
Oh, God. Every week. At least he's not talking about your belly button or your toes or whatever it was.
True Legend, thank you so much for showing up.
Mostert or Hunt. Hunt's a little bit safer, but I got Mostert higher.
You cut off my whispering. What
I
the
did
heck
it on
is wrong
purpose.
with you?
I did it on purpose. Eckler or Thielen at flex? Give me Eckler, Jacob. Please, 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 please.
Oh, I was getting ready to answer the same one.
All right, perfect. Elliott, Chubb, Eckler, Mostert, Hunt, pick 3. Elliott's going to be one of them. Chubb's going to be one of them. And then it's between Eckler, Hunt, or Mostert. I gamble a little bit there. Actually, no. You already have some solidness. I stick it with Austin Eckler and just roll with him.
Jay Capo says PPR, Njoku, Hollister, OJ Howard, or Ian Thomas. Give me that Ian Thomas this week. Heath Rickenbach, Hooper or Higbee. Diggs or Lockett. Diggs.
Yep.
And he says, happy holidays.
Hey, same to
happy
you.
holidays to you, Heath. Dominic says, I'll be your friends, Wendy. See, Wendy,
you
there you go. Bro, we've got you covered, my
Friends
man.
already.
Valentine Hinahos, Thielen or DD Westbrook.
Westbrook is going to be your safer option. If you have room to gamble, that's when you go Thielen.
Mason would like to know, hey guys, tough call this week with injuries. Need 2 flex? Thanks. Tate, Pascal, Ian Thomas, or grab Connolly or Gage off of the waivers.
I mean, I'm not overly in love with any of the names listed. Being that it's a standard league, that helps out a little bit. Man, I think Pascal and Ian Thomas are just as solid as anybody else on that list. And I wouldn't want to drop one of them to pick up Conley or Gage. So I would stick with Pascal and Ian Thomas and cross my fingers.
Antonio Salas says, best hands challenge between Kyle and Jake. Who's winning? As me.
Not even close. I would kill you.
Nah. No.
Yes.
I don't know about that. I definitely am going to throw football farther than you, though.
Yeah. What are y'all's favorite football teams?
Need upside. I'm going to, again, he's the only person that I've ever threatened to push down a set of stairs when I meet him for the first time. He's trying to start fights again. I don't appreciate that.
That's what happens.
I don't appreciate that.
That's right. It's what he does. Just message him on Twitter.
What is this? No, I'm getting...
Let's see what else we got. What about Devin Singletary, Marlon Mack in a PPR? I got Singletary higher. Lockett or Pascal? Both are gambles. Give me Lockett. How much will the wind affect the Miami-New York game? I mean, honestly, not that much. Neither one of those teams. I mean, it may limit some of the big plays, but the short to intermediate passing game shouldn't be that affected. Higbee, Hooper, or Doyle? For me, it's Higbee.
Higbee. Give me the Higbee.
Wow. Things have fallen off the rails.
I'm starting to get, when you get tired to the point where like everything becomes super hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's about ready to happen. AS wants to know Mahomes or Aaron Rodgers. Mahomes. Dirty Mike wants to know Drake or Laird. Laird. Devin DeMara wants to know Mostert or Metcalf. Mostert.
Wow. You were kind of on a little bit of a roll there. What are you doing? You're like virtually punching us. Oh, wow. Oh, here's another. Look at Wendy's McNuggets has to just be Googling these. Either that or he's the most intellectual person we've ever met. Because now he's asking, how do you respond, or how should we respond to favoritism in our families and friend groups? I mean, these are deep.
That's a tough one.
That's a really tough question. How do you respond to favoritism? Personally, I walk up to the biggest person in the room and punch him. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Totally kidding.
What's up, Dad? Boom.
No, I don't do that. I mean,
take that.
I mean, I guess it may not be the right response, but I'll do what I can to get attention to prove that I'm better than whatever it is that they're looking at. Probably not the right response, but I've reached the
point in my life where if people want to do that, then I'll just find new people.
Yep, that's right.
Even if it's family.
Yep. Even if
love my family to death, but if they pull crap like that, hey, do what you got to do.
That's right. Here's a familiar name. See him on Twitter all the time. Once again, if you're not following us on Twitter, you better. Prasadis is ill game guides. I talk to him on Twitter all the time. See him here in the comment section. Says Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen, Deebo Samuel, AJ Brown. We can pick 2 of them. So Keenan Allen's going to be one of them, which leaves us between Diggs, Deebo, and AJ Brown. Now that Thielen's playing, AJ Brown maybe the higher risk play, Debo a little bit safer. If it's my team, I'm going with Keenan and Debo.
Here's the Headliners After Dark question from my man Kevin Bruce. What makes you nervous about being live, and what do you do to overcome it? Thanks for all advice. Kevin, let's take a step into Kyle's classroom. Okay, that's what we're going to call this segment from now on. Kyle's classroom. This is the story that I start every single one of my communications classes with. Okay, I don't do any this. The very first thing out of my mouth is this story. Okay, here we go. I was in 7th grade. Mrs. Webb's language arts class. Okay. We had to do a book report, stand up in front of the class about our favorite TV show. I was scared to death of being up in front of the classroom. So I just didn't do it. I just didn't do it. I said, you know what? Screw it. I don't want to do it. It's all right. I'll take the 0 on it. A week later comes, Kyle, your turn. I didn't do it. What do you mean you didn't do it? Didn't do it. Okay, thanks for letting me know. I was like, oh, out of it. Don't have to worry about it anymore. That night, the phone rings. Hello. Hey, Kyle, this is Miss Webb. Can I talk to your mom? Son of a. And from that moment on, I knew, partly because I got yelled at, but I knew that I had to be able to do those things. So the biggest part about overcoming it is just doing it. Just doing it. Just doing it. That's all you can do. And you're going to be nervous to start, but the more you practice, the better you will get. Okay. Record yourself. If you record yourself, it helps you. You can watch it back. It'll be really weird at the very beginning, but practice. Also, vision success. Okay. Visualize it. See yourself succeeding in front of those people. And that is the end of Kyle's classroom. Jake, you son of a...
Sorry, I dozed off.
That was a really good story, and you're over here being a jerk.
I wasn't being a jerk. I was just listening.
True Legend says he's going to give me $60 for feet picks. It's at least $150. At least.
God.
And I'm not above making a little bit of extra money on the side.
This is crazy. This is what Headliners After Dark is all about. If you're not subscribed or hitting the like button, I don't know what you're doing at this point in your life. I like this one right here. Dirty Mike says Kyle or Jake alone are unwatchable, but together they're amazing. Well, the good part about it is we don't care because I mean, I don't, as blunt as I can possibly say it, your one view and the attitude that you have with it makes no difference to me. I'm not losing any sleep over it. If you think it's unwatchable, the cool part about it, you don't have to watch. There. I said it.
Dory Hine says, how do you guys set the romantic mood during Christmas time? Exactly like this. I just walk into the room. I put that look on. It's like
I'm done. This is
Jake's gone.
I refuse to
done.
have earbuds in.
You got to put it back in. That's what she said.
Oh, wow. Did you just pull out? Oh, that's what she said on live internet TV or whatever this is? Yeah.
Give me some high five emojis in the chat for that one, people.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, man. It just slipped.
Don't say it because then I'll finish it.
It just slipped out.
Well, that's what she said.
Oh, my God.
Mm.
Oh.
Now everybody's leaving.
Oh, man.
Everybody's
I nailed
officially
that
gone.
one.
That's right.
Oh.
Let's see here. What about I can't tell if a lot of people are laughing. We're getting some fist bumps in there, some waves. Oh, here comes a bunch of hands.
There it is.
Yes. Man, crazy.
Eric says, "Get it together, boys." We had it together for an hour and 42 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we talked football for an hour and 42 minutes. It's time to have some fun and relax.
Hey, Jay Kelly says, "Thanks for helping my time go by while deployed to Afghanistan." 8:40 a.m. here. Jay Kelly, thank you so much for your service. Glad we're able to help out in some way, shape, or form. Stay safe over there. Come back home to us.
Yep, absolutely. We greatly appreciate your service here to the country.
Cookman says, would it be difficult to walk away from your careers if this channel blows up? I will literally tip my desk over and walk out the door, throw up the peace sign. That's it. I'm gone.
Yep. I mean, that's the easy answer. Yep. Absolutely.
Okay, hold on. We got to get caught up here on some things.
Okay.
Things went awry there. I don't even know where we're at. Hold on. We did that. Blake Ward, John Brown, Amendola, or Perryman?
John Brown. Who is it? Perryman and who else?
Yeah.
Who else? There's another one in the middle there. Focus, Kyle.
Sorry. John Brown, Amendola, or Perryman?
And we can only choose one?
Yes.
And it's PPR?
Yep.
I take a gamble and go Amendola.
Somebody in the chat is saying someone was super rude to us, but I don't know who it was.
That's probably the guy that I said that we're unwatchable or whatever.
Oh. I didn't think it was that rude. I thought he was joking. Dayton Parrish, much love, guys. Much love back, Dayton. Standard League, Connor or Mixon? Oh, that's Connor.
Yep.
Mike Simmons. Who do I start? Josh Allen, Cousins, Minshew, Eli. That's Josh Allen for me.
Yep.
Andrew Bradstreet, full PPR. Cooper, Parker, Slayton, Metcalf, pick 3. So you're sitting 1. Cooper, Parker, Slayton, Metcalf.
Man, whichever one I pick is going to go absolutely crazy. The biggest risk there is Cooper. So, I mean, he's the biggest risk. If you don't want to take that risk, then that's who you sit. Otherwise, I sit DK.
Carlos Garcia, pick 3 and a PPR. Cup, Debo, Fuller, Mike Williams, Sterling Shepard.
Cup, Debo, Fuller, Mike Williams, Debo, or something like that. There's a lot of names in there. God, I can't keep all these names straight. We're going to start putting caps on the amount of names you put in there. Read them again, Kyle, slowly. It's getting late.
Pick 3.
Yep.
PPR.
Yep.
Cup.
Yep.
Debo.
So far, yep.
Fuller.
Nope.
Mike Williams.
Maybe.
Shepard.
Okay. Is that it?
Yep.
Shepard's my last one then.
Cliff Numero. Dak or Breeze? That's Breeze for me. Tight end. Higbee or Hollister? That's Higbee. DeMarco Wilder. Mixon, White, Connor, or Mostart. Need 2 and a full PPR. Mostart and?
White or Mixon are the other choices?
Or Connor.
I think in a full PPR, White may be slightly safer.
Stephen Laird. Oh. Stephen Laird, PPR, Miles Sanders, Devontae Freeman. Okay, I'm sorry. PPR, Sanders or Freeman?
I have Freeman higher right now.
Hooper or Waller? It's Waller for me over Hooper. Dominic says, at Wendy's, be your own person because you're awesome. Boys support boys. Dominic, look at you.
That's right.
Look at you. Appreciate it. Here we go. Ebrock, hey, Jake, my wife thinks you're a hottie.
Happily married. Tell her I said hi, but I'm happily married. Plus, it's weird.
She's seen my hair? Come on.
Wow.
She wants to know who your favorite wide receiver is on DraftKings. I think she was just buttering you up.
Wow. I think she was. Wow.
But she didn't ask my favorite wide receiver, so
I mean, to be honest, I haven't even looked at the salaries for DraftKings, so I have no idea. Do you have?
I haven't looked at anything for DFS tomorrow either. Here, hold on a second though. Let me take a look.
Yeah, we'll find it for you because we have a whole other DFS section. All of our DFS content's on Patreon. That's where you get everything. These group chats that we keep looking down and talking to, that's everybody who's subscribed to us on Patreon in the DFS chat. That's one of the perks of the tier. So he can log in there real quick and find out who some good plays are. I'll
give you a little sneak peek.
That's right. Wait for it, everybody. Anticipation is killing us.
You're going to have to wait a little bit longer.
Oh, wow. This is going to take forever.
I'll have to come back to it.
Okay, well, you keep going down questions and I'll find it because I can find it faster than you. You know why? Because I'm the one that posts everything on Patreon.
I know. I swore Ryan just sent it a little bit ago. Did I accidentally delete it already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably did.
Way to go.
That's my bad.
All right. Let's see.
Yeah, that's my bad.
Let's tight end. Let's see. Wait for it.
Dan said it was a low blow going after your hair.
Yeah, that's all right. Let's see. Keep going with questions, Kyle. I'll find it.
Oh, God.
Oh, no. It's getting worse.
True legend, first off. Okay. How dare you? I thought we had a thing. David Hathaway says Kyle's hair is aerodynamically sound. Yes, it is. It looks amazing, especially tonight. Good hair day tonight. I do need to get a cut. It's a little bit long.
Wow, Darius Slayton is only $4,700 on DraftKings. To me, as much as we've talked about him tonight, that may be the good value.
George says I should wear shades.
That'd be weird. Oh God, here he goes. Now you've done it, George. Orlando Gonzalez, Jake and Kyle, much love from Surprise, Arizona. Cool story. I used to live in Surprise, Arizona. That's where I lived when I first got married back in the day. Let's play Call of Duty sometime. I'll be completely honest. Haven't played Call of Duty in 10 years. Okay. Kyle.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Headliners After Dark. I'll be your host.
Kyle, are we caught up on the other questions?
I'm keeping the shades on. What was it? Somebody playing some Call of Duty? Who's playing some COD?
Well,
Let's play some COD.
Orlando Gonzalez says, much love from Surprise, Arizona. And I said, that's crazy because I used to live in Surprise, Arizona. That's where I bought my very first house, was Surprise, Arizona. And he said, let's play Call of Duty sometime. I said, I haven't played Call of Duty in 10 or 15 years.
Oh, man. I want to play some Call of Duty.
Go ahead.
I still have a PlayStation 3. I need to get a 4.
Wow. You're old.
It's like week 9, dress up as Minshew. Anyone remember that?
I do.
Leaving soon, please. Hilton, Sutton, Montgomery, A-Rob. Pick 2, please. Sutton, Montgomery, and A-Rob, because we're sitting Hilton, right?
Yep. We can only pick 2 of them, though, right? So then I sit Sutton is my other one.
Carlos said, no BS. You guys are much better than... I'm not going to say that. Jackpot Jackson said, Kyle, I highly recommend you do ASMR vids.
Do what?
ASMR, you've never heard of that? It's like auditory sensory meridian response or something like that. There's like videos that people do. We're gonna have to talk off stream about this because these people have millions and millions of like subscribers on YouTube. It's crazy, but you just do all these whispering type videos, and there's people.
I've heard about that.
There's a chemical reaction in their brain. It helps with anxiety. It helps with sleeplessness. It helps with a lot of different things. We talked about it in a class at one time.
Wow. All right, then. You can whisper to the people.
It would.
Okay, no more. Not now. Just later. I mean, we'll have to create a separate channel for that.
Robbie wants to know Hunter Henry or A.J. Brown. Happy A.J. Brown. True Legend says $150 for Kyle ASMR. I'll take that deal.
Kyle's like, yeah, sign me up.
Whatever video you want me to put together, you tell me.
Wow.
I have to be fully clothed, though. I'm not. The price goes up for the piece of clothing that comes off.
Wow, that's.
We have a new subscriber to Headliner Nation, DEPHHY. I don't know how to pronounce that.
We're gonna say Deffy.
Deffy. Give them a warm welcome. Pick one in a PPR flex: Emmanuel Sanders, Thielen, Connor, or Slayton.
Emmanuel Sanders. Yep. Yes.
Hold on, we got to get ourselves caught back up. Okay, we already did Orlando. Did we talk about Patrick Thomas, Pascal, or Slayton?
No, but it'll be Slayton.
Dominic back with another question. Allen or Brady? It's Allen for me. I have Brady starting now, but with the injury report, I'm not sure. Thanks, guys. Boys support boys. I'm going with Allen still.
Mm-hmm.
And then Julian wants to know, pick one, DST, Kansas City versus Locke or Philadelphia versus Haskins. We got to go Haskins or against Haskins, right?
Yep. Probably a little bit safer.
And then Odorati Hines, Freeman or Washington for the flex. Freeman if or
Nope.
no Washington if.
Josh Jacobs sits. Otherwise, you go Freeman.
Standard Landry or Adams in the snow.
Oh, I'm like, Landry's not in the snow. He's in Phoenix. It doesn't snow there. I think Landry's probably the safer option there. If you don't mind taking the little bit of a gamble, then it's hard to sit Devontae Adams.
And then Locker Fitzmagic. I've got Fitzmagic higher.
Yep.
And then, a little shout out to Wendy's McNuggets here. PS4 Titan _300. Add me on the PS4. So if anyone's looking to hit up some COD, Odorati Hines, that fly.
Wow.
My bad.
Maybe you're just hallucinating. There's no fly there.
No, it's there.
Okay. Cool.
Mm.
Kyle, we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes.
I love it when you call me Big Papa. Throw your hands in the air. Sorry.
Nobody said that. Nobody called you anything.
And I see some ladies tonight. That should be
Eclipse. I heard that it snowed in Phoenix last week, but that's not like real snow. Like, there's not like accumulation of like snow for days. There's been dustings, we'll call them, before.
Patrick Thomas, pick 2. Melvin Gordon, Eckler, Mostert.
Do you trust Gordon and Eckler to start both of them? It's a risk.
I would probably go with Mostert over Eckler.
Yeah,
to be honest.
I mean, I have Mostert ranked higher, but I mean, I don't dislike Eckler whatsoever.
AS wants to know, and it is asking me personally, Kyle, all capital letters, Jake, just so you know. Tight end
I'll just
PPR,
sit here.
Higbee or Njoku? Higbee.
I'm not going to answer because he didn't ask me.
Okay. Jermaine says, love your channel. Keep doing what you do. Appreciate it.
Richard
Richard
Yanku,
said,
he wants to know who's winning the Twitter battle.
This is why we're a thing, because we not a thing. That was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, that just sounded bad. What he meant is this is why we're enjoyable. Because there's not a battle per se. This was supposed to be a secret. I put it on the video for 2 videos to say, hey, help me out. I want to fly past Kyle and followers on Twitter because it will totally send him into overdrive. Because it's always been Kyle has more Twitter followers. I had more on YouTube and then yada yada. I was just trying to surprise the guy. It didn't quite happen. I gained like 300 people, but he still has like a 4,000 follower lead on me. So show me some love. Matic, have a good one. Peace out.
Hold on, I'll be back.
Where are you going? Oh, no. Oh, no. I have no idea what he's going to come back with at this point. Paul Chu, it's going to be Higbee. Perryman or Jack Doyle for Simp. Perryman has the higher upside. Safer play is Jack Doyle. Such a cute couple. When is the wedding? Oh, son of... Why?
Just for you, Anna. Just for you.
Wow.
It's time to get back out on the court. Little action.
What court are you going to get on?
I'm obviously holding a tennis racket.
You don't play tennis.
How do you know?
Well, if you do, you don't play it well.
How do you know?
I know.
You don't know.
Just like I know that I can throw a football farther and I have better hands than you do. Just like one hand snag. Oh, you know what I mean? Just like pop.
Dominic says, are you guys gearheads at all? If so, what's your favorite car or bike?
Car or bike?
Cars has never really been my thing.
I'm more of a Huffy type of guy. Just kidding. Just kidding. I mean, I love cars, but I'm not one to sit back and work on them. Here's a little tidbit for Headliner Nation. Since how many people we have watching, Kyle?
534.
Oh, right, we still got 534. Listen, this is what I did for Headliner Nation. Because I talked about a little bit earlier how we wanted to go on the road, right, and do things. I have pre-ordered the company vehicle. I pre-ordered the Cybertruck from Tesla, and it's going to be awesome. And my plan is, yes, I know, before you comment, it's the ugliest truck I've ever seen. That's the point. It draws attention, hence company truck. I want to get one of those like little 6x8 tow-behind trailers, turn it into a mobile studio, and have me and Kyle go on the road pulling it with the Tesla truck. Tell me that would not be epic awesome. Come on, Kyle, tell me.
I'm down for it.
I mean, it would be a lot of fun.
Let's do it.
Whenever the battery needs to be charged, we just pull over and party. Open up the side of the studio, broadcast from wherever we are, charge the vehicle up, and just meet and greet people.
Mixon or Boston Scott? Boston Scott.
But it's
Gallup
close.
or AJ Brown? Gallup. Doyle or Ian Thomas? Ian Thomas. Diggs, Kirk, Freeman, or Monster? Start two. We're starting Diggs and Monster. Hey guys, love the show. Jack Doyle or Austin Hooper? Jack Doyle. David Hathaway says Kyle bring in the racket in quotations. I don't know what that means. Legend B thinks I'm going to star in Balls of Fury 2.
Entirely possible.
It is.
What else we got?
Did you get? Yeah, we got that one from Patrick Thomas. Pick 2, Melvin Gordon, Eckler, Monster. Yeah, we did that one.
Yep.
Joey Andrews, Jared Cook, or Tyler Higbee. Tyler Higbee.
That's right.
Mike. Kernagila. I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm
You
not even going to
totally
try
butchered
again.
that.
Matty Ice, Fitzmagic, or Carr. That's Fitzmagic for me. Please help. Sorry I'm late. I love Lamp. Mike, no worries. I love Lamp too.
Wow.
Dave McVicker. Your boy is going to win it all. P1, much love. Dave, go get yourself a title.
Get it?
Get it, girl.
Is that all of them? You all caught up over there?
No.
Yeah. You probably can't see with your sunglasses on is the problem.
Dominic says, it's almost as awesome as my Schwinn. Dominic's killing it on the Schwinn
Did he
out
say
there.
Schwinn or did he say Schwing?
Schwinn. Mark Ingram might have won me this week's matchup. Good call. Now, Golden Tate or John Brown. Keep in mind, Giants against Miami this week.
Yeah, I know that part.
I like how he said that like we didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Dylan.
They're both risks. I have them both outside the top 30. If I had to choose one, I go with Golden Tate. That's my personal preference.
Oh God, True Legend. No, that's going to be $250 for a video
I
of
don't
that.
even want to know.
Nope, you don't.
No, don't read it. Don't read it out loud.
We still have 500 people chilling right now. Typically in weeks past when we go into Headliners After Dark, people start to file out pretty quickly. Now they're hanging around tonight.
Perfect. Hey,
David Hathaway wants to know what our most memorable Christmas present was. That's a good question. I know I was super pumped when I got my Sega Genesis. I remember that. I played the hell out of Sonic the Hedgehog.
I remember doing that too. But I mean, my most memorable one? I don't know. I mean, that's rough. I can hear your phone vibrating. Slidey off 52. He ordered a Cybertruck too. Attaboy. That's what I'm talking about. Get it.
I do remember one year, there was a huge box that was wrapped up like 5 days before Christmas. And I had been asking for a snowboard. Now, mind you, not really a winter sports guy, but living in Michigan, I was one of the only people who didn't go snowboarding. Anyway, I had asked for a snowboard because I wanted to start, and I thought I got it. So I was super excited. Got it open, ripped it open Christmas morning, opened up the box, pulled it out. It had pillows inside of it.
I mean, pillows are cool.
They were comfortable, but it wasn't a snowboard.
Wow. That's close. Antonio Salas wants to know what your most embarrassing moment is, Kyle.
My most embarrassing moment?
Yep.
So when I was still, here's one. So when I was still playing ball in college, I would do a lot because I also worked in like the admissions office and helped out. I would do a lot of the tours for incoming students, incoming baseball players. So if we were recruiting anybody, I would handle the tour, take them around, show them around, stuff like that. And I remember one time there was a couple of guys there, their parents were there, and coach had said, "Hey, Kyle, can you run down to the printer, grab me something?" I printed it. I said, "Sure." I went down there and the door was locked. So I came back down, and instead of like the office had a window right here and then the door here. Well, instead of going in, I just kind of was going to lean around like the window just to say, "Hey, it's not," or "Hey, can you toss me the keys or whatever?" And I went to lean around and I whacked my head on the window super hard in front of all these recruits and their parents. It was, I laughed later. I didn't really laugh then.
Mine may be worse than that, but I'm not sure I want to share it.
Oh, God.
So I'll share it. In high school, we had a swimming pool, and part of PE class one time a year would be swimming. Like that would be one of the things that we would do. And the guys would be in the deep end of the pool, and the girls' PE class would be in the shallow end of the pool. It's a big like Olympic style pool. It was huge, and so we'd be down the deep end, and we were in like lines of 4, maybe 5 deep or whatever it is, and we were working on different swimming strokes, and we're all standing there in line. So I get out of the water and I go and I stand at the back of the line waiting for my next turn. And one of my buddies decided it would be a great idea to depants me in front of everybody in PE. I jumped in the water in about a half a second, and I almost drowned because I couldn't kick my legs because they were around my ankles. It was bad. It was just, I mean, it was funny after the fact, but I mean, at the time, mortified.
Lazaro wants to know if it is sunny out here. No, that's
my
oh
that's my boy. Is it sunny out here? He wants to know why you got sunglasses on. Jaden's out there asking you because he's looking at you going, "What's going on? It's dark outside," and he sees Kyle in glasses. More importantly, why is my 12-year-old son awake at 11:34 at night?
Jaden, get to bed.
I am losing Father of the Year award as we speak.
That's awesome.
That's right.
That's good.
Hey, it happens. At least he's watching. Don't do anything inappropriate now, Kyle.
Well, we just Jane, you're gonna have to stop watching because I just
heard my embarrassing story.
I can't guarantee what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Cohen or AP in a PPR league? It's close. Cohen is probably who I would choose. Oh, a couple more, Kyle. I'm getting tired.
Yeah, I'm starting to get there as well.
We've been on here for 2.5 hours, and I
have to pee really bad.
Just go, man. What movie is that from? Just go, man. Just go. Oh, that's warm. What movie is that from?
I don't know. Is it Dumb and Dumber again?
Okay, good. If you didn't answer that, I was going to fire you right here on the spot. This would have been the last time people would have seen you if you would not have said Dumb and Dumber.
Javier Sanchez says, choose 3 standard 12-team: Demont, Mixon, Kamara, Washington, Singletary.
Wow. Okay, so you have to say all that slowly.
Choose 3.
Okay.
Standard.
Okay.
12-team.
Okay.
Demont.
Okay.
Mixon.
Okay.
Kamara, Washington, Singletary. Washington if
Jacob sits.
That's 1. Kamara is 2, right?
Yep, and Singletary would be 3.
Singletary would be 3. Awesome. Or thanks for an awesome year. Don't get a tattoo, man. Get a golden football.
Wow. Kevin Bruce. He wants to know what the best spot to visit in Carolina is. He's going to be here next year for vacation. Well, it depends. I don't know if you're going to the beach or the mountains. Both are amazing. If you're going to the beach, one of my favorite beaches to go to is Wrightsville Beach. It's the closest to my house, it's somewhat crowded, but the farther north you go is fine. If you want to head a little bit farther north, Topsail Beach is amazing. You can find a lot of shark teeth on the beach. I mean, that's fun and not as crowded. The Outer Banks are a little far, and once you get out there, there's not a whole lot out there. If you like to go towards the mountains, Asheville is a cool city to go to. You can rent, cabins up near Boone, which is up in the mountains, the Smoky Mountains. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff around here. North Carolina is an amazing state to live in. Hit me up on Twitter when you get here. I'll let you know where to go.
Richard wants to know why 1532.
Oh,
those are my college numbers playing ball.
Your camera is angled a little high. It looks like you're 3 foot tall now. No, you are. You were just slouching. Wait for it. Is
that better?
There you go. Let's see. I saw one that caught my eye for a second. You guys don't have a pee tube to a bucket under you, do you? All the main YouTubers do that. I got no
We
bucket.
will for that 24-hour stream we're going to do.
If we have to do a 24-hour live stream, then yeah. But we got to have 100,000 subscribers before that happens. So we're like 19,000 away. Chandler Runyon says, BRB, moving to North Carolina. I mean, it's amazing here. It's you have a little bit of everything. You got ocean. Where I live, I'm not going to tell you where I live because then I get creepy people. But I'm 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes from the beach or the mountains, either or.
Michael Mills wants to know, I'm not worthy. Witten or Giuseppe? Giuseppe. Beasley or Hearns? Beasley.
Yep. Give me a case
Nailed
of the Beasles.
Nailed it.
Wow.
Oh, God.
It's getting worse. Don't even read it, Kyle. I see it too.
Dak or Tannehill? Tannehill for you, Chris. Antonio Fleming, pick 3. DJ Moore, Cup, Galladay, or Hill in a standard? Hill for sure. DJ Moore 2. Cup or Galladay?
I got Galladay higher still.
There you go.
Better matchup.
Cousins or Mayfield? Going with Mayfield. Y'all need a bucket for your stream.
We will. I don't know. That's just weird. I don't know if I could pee into a bucket knowing that I'm sitting here talking while I'm doing it. I would look like this during the stream. I'd be like, and then it just gets awkward because everybody knows what I'm doing.
Lazaro, I've seen you answer this or ask this question a few times now. Kyle and Jake need your factual opinions. Jimmy G or Josh Allen, as well as Young, Huku, or Greg Zerlin. Zerlin for me, and Jimmy G.
Well, we'll answer that. However, you didn't even say his name right.
What did I say wrong?
The kicker's name. It's Young Ho Koo.
Isn't that what I said?
No. You said Young Koo.
My bad.
It's Young Ho Koo. I mean, you can't. It's literally spelt that way. I mean, I know it's probably not there, but it's
To be
spelt.
fair, I mess up a lot of names. I've called Derek Carr David Carr for about 15 straight episodes now. So
It's okay. I can't miss the opportunity to say the guy's name when his name is Young Ho. I can't do it.
if Josh Jacobs sits, should I start DeAndre Washington over Alvin Kamara?
Oh, no, I don't go that far yet. I just take it. I mean, if you lose because of it, at least you lost with the person you had the first round draft pick with. You don't want to lose and have him on your bench.
All right, one more Headliners After Dark question. I'm going to keep reading some of these other questions here. Beasley or Kirk? Beasley. Mostert, Gallup, or Slayton? PPR pick 1. I lost Mike Evans. Going to go with Gallup. Wide receiver, standard, Miller, Amendola, Perryman, Watson. Going to go with Miller. Jimmy G or Wilson? Wilson. I think you skipped my comment. John Brown, Slayton, or Diggs? Diggs. I have Cook and CMC and Thomas. That would be 2 duos if I played. That's all right. Still go with it. Go that route. Max Dre. Last time that I'm giving up hope. Legit sat here for an hour and a half. LOL. Joe Mixon, David Montgomery, Raheem Mostert for running back 2. 1 point PPR is going to be Mostert for me.
Yep, I agree.
There you go.
Not quite a
Gotcha.
Mostert.
Gotcha.
Hopefully you were
And then
sitting here
Jake-
enjoying the show for not just an hour and a half and just hoping to get a question answered.
Jake, preferred 90s arcade Terminator or Teenage Jeez Louise, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Give me the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, baby.
Absolutely. I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Fantasy Headliners Live here on Saturday, December 14th, 2019. We've been here for 2 hours and 39 minutes. I can't even talk anymore.
That's
I'm
right.
tired, sleep deprived. I have to pee. All of the above.
All of the above. And the last question here, Lockford, appreciate you, 23. Ian Thomas, D. Williams. Don't exactly know who D. Williams is. Is it Damian Williams? Yeah, I guess so. Golden. That's all it says is Ian Thomas, D. Williams, Golden. Full PPR flex. I think Ian Thomas in a full PPR is probably closer. I mean, I hate to say that, but the health concerns with Damian Williams and Golden Tate usage-wise could be up in the air.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at KRich1532, at FNTSY Headliners. Make sure you subscribe if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so yet. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification so you're seeing all that awesome content all off season long. and then absolutely have a great week 15. Good luck in all of your fantasy football matchups.
Crush it.
Good luck in life in general. Have an excellent Sunday. We'll be here, okay, next week as well, right here, same time, same place. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a great one. I love all of you.
He loves everybody. Bye.